and to play an occasional song.
Well, I don't. You know, it's John Brown's birthday today.
Who?
You know, John Brown. John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave. The great abolitionist.
So John Brown's a pretty generic name.
But I don't know why you would want. Yeah, that John Brown, the famous John Brown. So why did you play that for him?
I didn't.
Why? What?
I wouldn't play anything for an abolitionist.
I love that. I love that song.
I wouldn't play anything.
You like abolitionists. You don't.
Do I?
You don't dislike abolitionists. You like them, Kerry.
I have no opinion on abolition.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
That's better.
You're ambivalent to abolitionists.
I thought it was the other thing.
Yeah. So what?
On this day.
Uh-huh.
This is really tenuous. 60 years ago,
Oh boy. Okay.
the premiere of Alfred Hitchcock's thriller, Vertigo.
No, I like it. That's
Jimmy
good.
Stewart and Kim Novak.
I like it, Carrie. I support this.
Regarded by some as one of the better movies.
It's a great movie. Yeah. That's a great song. But it's Bono's birthday tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, now we can't play any YouTube.
See?
All right.
Could have waited.
It's okay.
Could have waited.
Oh, like this station can't play a U2 song 2 days in a row.
You could have played John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave, but no.
Do you have that on your...
I do. It's on my Spotify. I could have. You asked me, is it John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave. John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave.
I still don't know who John Brown.
I don't know.
He's an abolitionist.
No,
It's Gina. I would suggest that you check out something called history. It's an interesting thing. History is a fascinating thing. He was a guy. he thought that the way to get rid of slavery in the United States was revolution, and he tried to have a revolution. And he got killed. Oh. And they said revolution? No, we're keeping slavery, and they killed him.
But eventually it worked.
He was a hero to people who didn't believe in slavery.
Okay.
He was an abolitionist.
Abolish
slavery.
Celebrate him.
See, abolish slavery, abolition.
Well, then I would play a song for an abolition.
Okay, it's too late now.
I don't know what song.
Let me see if we have Flock of Seagulls version of John Brown.
John and I. So hi, it's the Radio from Hell show.
Before you go any further, Bill.
Yeah.
I think you need the shot of courage. I think you need a...
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, you didn't bring any booze.
No, it's my Mill Creek coffee.
Oh, okay.
Which I really do need. I was falling asleep this morning while I was working at home.
That's not good.
I kept nodding off at the computer.
You've been not sleeping well, you said lately.
Yeah, well...
Do you need to crank up your CPAP? I don't know how that works. Can you take it up another level?
No, I'll give you the lowdown on that. I've been sleeping pretty well, but some months ago, a doctor prescribed for me Provigil, which is a drug that can keep you alert. It's used by shift workers and airplane pilots and so forth. And because our insurance changed, it's now $300 a month. So I stopped taking it. And it
so
it
a
makes
thing
me,
your doctor thinks you need.
Yeah. So it's so even though I get fairly good sleep, but I have the tendency to be groggy. And a little bit. And so but maybe I'll have to pony up the $300. It was costing me $8 a month.
That seems more reasonable.
I know. Well, All right, we're going to start the show officially coming up with your check-ins. 877-602-9696. That's the number to check in. Tell us what you're doing today. Well, 3 words. Let's see, what should we have? 3 words today. Who is your favorite person from history and why?
In 3 words?
In 3 words. You could say John Brown, abolitionist.
Well, how about we make the name 1 word? Because you can't say, because if you just say Martin Luther King Jr., you can't say why.
Right. I'd be forced to hang up on you.
So the name is 1 word.
All right. So famous person from history and why. The name is 1 word. 2 more words to describe why.
Got it.
Okay. 877-6. We're asking a lot of people.
We're really have to think. You're assuming they're more alert than we are.
This may kill the future.
Really trying to do it. That was my intent. So 877-602-9696. If you can't come up with anything, we'll never do this again. So that's it right there.
I can see clearly now that you're trying to destroy this feature.
That's true. And you know how you can see that because you have wonderful eyes, courtesy of Dr. Hoops at Hoops Vision. And you should offer that to your mother as well for Mother's Day.
That's such a great idea.
Or to your wife. Again, we always say mother and Mother's Day.
She's the mother of your children.
Husbands buy things for their wives on Mother's Day.
Yes.
So Hoops Vision, in honor of Mother's Day, they have a special offer just for moms. Schedule a VIP consultation by the end of this month for $750 off per eye on a LASIK procedure. That's $1,500 off mom's all laser LASIK procedure. And with LASIK from Hoops Vision, those glasses and contact lenses will be one less hassle your mom or your wife has to deal with. So call for a free no obligation appointment, 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-305-2745. Find out more by going to their website, HOOPES. That's hoopsvision.com.
Listen to X96 at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. to win tickets.
So when is Seymour coming?
Well, he said he'd be here now. He says he's got some real good stuff for us, stuff that's going to make us some dough.
None of his ideas have panned out so far. You said hiring a personal manager to get us some outside projects would be a good thing.
I know.
You said that we'd start making some extra money.
I know.
Nothing so far, partner. Nil. Nothing. We haven't seen a dime.
Well, Seymour says we're too picky. Says we have to bend a little bit. That's got to be him. Come on in, Seymour.
Hey, that's pretty good. How did you know it was me?
Well, you said you'd be here at this time, and no one else ever visits us.
Yeah, and I could smell your aqua velva through the door.
Ah, powerful, ain't it? I love aqua velva.
So, Seymour, what kind of stuff have you got for us?
Well, first off, let me tell you, everybody wants a piece of your asses. Radio from Hell is hot right now. Hot! It's positively volcanic. Now, I can get you two volcanic gods a personal appearance fee to MC the grand opening of a new artificial limb store at a strip mall in downtown Nephi.
How much? How much money?
Well, no money. I got you trade for this one. You guys can take your pick of any partial orthopedic appliance you like. If you need full limbs, they want to charge you a little, like cost or something.
Well, I think I can speak for Bill when I say we pass.
Carrie, could we just put this one on hold? I need to speak with Aunt Esther and see if Uncle Clyde's hook is still busted.
All right, that's a maybe. I'll put this one on the maybe pile. Okay, here's the next offer. A big pharmaceutical concern in Santa Quinn.
Utah?
Yeah, Utah. This pharmaceutical company has a brand new hemorrhoid ointment, and they want you boys to be the spokesman. Now, before you say anything, just listen to some ad copy I was formulating in my head as I rode over here on the bus. Hi, we're Carrie and Bill, and being DJs, we spend most of the day sitting on our asses. Boy, do we know about hemorrhoids. Something, 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 vamp, vamp, vamp. So get rid of your hemorrhoids right away with Roid Away.
Roid away?
Let me guess. No money for this one either? I think I speak for Bill when I say we will not endorse Roid Away for trade. Tell Roid Away to take their proposal and shove it up there.
No, hold on, Carrie. I've been kind of inflamed lately.
It's on the maybe pile. Here's the next deal. The Mighty Morphin Hell Rangers. You two can morph from yourselves into these guys wearing tight leather outfits and football helmets.
Absolutely not. Look at Bill's gut. Do we want our fans to see that gut in tight leather? I think I speak for Bill when I say...
Wait, Carrie. Hey, Seymour, is it pink leather? I just love pink leather.
On the maybe pile. Finally this. You guys know them little Looney Tune Kids cartoons, Teeny Toons or whatever?
Yeah.
Very popular. Little Bobby? Huge. Muppet Babies? The biggest. Well, picture this. Carrie and Bill cartoons with the two of you as little baby DJs getting into all kinds of radio adventures at a grown-ups radio station. It's called Hell Babies. What do you say?
I want to turn this down, but before I do, let me ask Bill. What do you think?
Seymour, would only my cartoon wear a diaper, or could I get to really wear a diaper sometimes?
On the maybe pile.
Maybe pile. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
First, give Mom a gift for Mother's Day that will last. IFA's great selection of beautiful hanging baskets and patio planters. IFA Country Stores, helping to grow the things you love.
That sounds nice. All right, the moon is a waning crescent moon, now only 36.5% of full. The moon will set today at 2:25 p.m., today being Wednesday. It's the 9th day of May in the year of our Lord 2018, and this is North America's most rambunctious morning radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the lords of morning radio, the oligarchs of the airwaves, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Comrade Stedman. Comrade Allred is producing video for the show, which you can see at x96.com/live. Yes, you can see us live in the studio if you've got the stomach for that. And I believe Festus is helping out. Comrade Festus is helping out with the broadcast today. And it is your check-ins, 877-602-9696. There is one person calling. So a person from history, their name, and then 2 words why you like them. Okay?
All right, let's see how it goes. This is Seth.
Seth?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Seth.
So person from history and then 2 words about why you like them.
Bob Marley and his movement of change.
Movement of change.
Bob Marley. You just like weed. That's what you're...
No, not really.
Okay.
But
all right, Seth.
I also had something for your medication issue as well, too. I would suggest you look into a program called GoodRx. It's an application that you can get that helps you save money on your medication.
Oh, I see.
So
where you can get them cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get them cheaper, and then Walmart does good too. They usually have a cash price at Walmart that sometimes even beats the GoodRx.
All right. Well, thanks for that information.
Good to know.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
See you, Seth.
Bye.
That was very nice of Seth.
Yeah.
All right.
There are a lot of pro-vigil takers out there, I'm gathering. I've had some comments about that already.
Let's see. Text check-ins. Stray J checking in. Albert Einstein. Science is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raccoon Ra checking in. My historical favorite, James K. Polk, Napoleon of the Stump.
Okay.
I like Nikola Tesla. Science stuff.
Shua checking in. Famous person, 1 word. Reznor. As in Trent Reznor. All right. Okay.
Oh, now, Stephanie had the right idea. 3 words for a famous person in history that really resonates with her. Barack Hussein Obama.
Yay.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Let's go to Karen. Karen.
Hello, Karen.
Hello. How are you today?
Just well, thank you. A person from history, and in 2 words, why they're important to you.
Well, I only have 1 word for her. Florence Nightingale, healer.
Oh,
Okay.
Florence Nightingale, healer.
Nice.
Thank you, Karen. That's good. Thanks.
Karen, thanks.
See ya.
Have a good day. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Let's go to Sarai, is it?
Sarai?
Yeah.
Yes. Hi. Someone in history that you admire, and in 2 words, why?
Okay. Fred Hampton and community injustice.
Fred Hampton, So that name is ringing a bell with me, but it's not quite there.
She doesn't have any more words,
Okay,
Bill.
so he was in the Black Panthers, and he did so much for the community.
Yep.
But he was murdered when he was 21, and I just feel like that's awful. He was so good.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. I do remember that now. Thanks, Sarai.
All right, Sarai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fred Hampton. That's an interesting choice. Look that guy up. Pretty fascinating.
Stacy from Orem checking in. Jane Austen, great stories.
Okay.
Good. All right.
Comcam Kyle checking in. Ansel Adams, photography genius.
You know, we should have given Sarai those Sugar Glider tickets.
Oh.
Sarai, call back if you want to go to Sugar Glider, the launch party. Saturday.
Please, call back. It's Saturday here at the club at 50 West. Call back, 877-602-9696, and the lines are open right now, too, Sarai, so we'll get you those tickets, okay?
All right. Owl the Geek, Abraham Lincoln, honest politician.
Yeah, there you go.
Ari Schindler did what he could.
Anybody in history you admire, Gina? Oh, you don't know history. Never mind.
I don't know.
H.P. Lovecraft, innumerable horrors.
Good. Good. All right. I like that.
Martin Scorsese, iconic filmmaking.
Yeah. People are good at this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this early they're able to.
Yeah, well, it's you still haven't thought of anybody, have you? No, you don't.
You
know.
haven't said anybody either.
Yeah, I did.
Who?
John Brown. Body lies moldering in the grave. John Brown moldering in the grave. How's that?
Moldering in the. That's 4.
Okay. Grave molderer.
Moldering in grave.
Moldering grave. Okay.
Abraham Lincoln, vampire hunter.
No,
that's that's not the way to go. All right, let's see. With my Select Health, ProVigil is around $300. At Walgreens, it's under $30 at Costco. Oh, it's around $30 at Walgreens, under $30 at Costco.
Check out Costco.
I mean, even with I don't know if with our insurance, I don't know. Well, I'll check it out.
Well, I think you need to just not use our insurance. Just
buy it. Well, get a prescription and then go buy it.
Sounds like you'll get a better deal that way. Fred Rogers, genuine kindness.
Aww.
Tyler the Trash Man checking in. Jack Kirby, Kirby Crackle. I know what you're talking about, Tyler.
Jack Kirby is a comic book writer or
artist.
Yeah.
Yes, he's responsible for the look of a lot of the movie characters that you love right now. All right. Teddy Roosevelt, Big Stick.
He spoke softly, but carried a big stick.
All right.
Or walked softly.
Well, I guess we got to...
Speak? Walk?
Speak softly. Speak softly. It's speak softly, carry a big stick.
But you should walk softly, too. You sneak up on them.
I think you should walk tall.
Gloria Allred doesn't mess around.
Well, that's true. I've tried to get her to, and she won't.
Well.
Oh, it's on line 3. We should go to line 3 for Steve.
Is that right?
Steve.
All right. Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Person in history that important to you and why? 3 words.
William Shatner. James Tiberius Kirk.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
that does
Is that
it.
a historical?
There you go.
Well, yeah. James Tiberius Kirk is he's a future historian.
Future history.
I believe in future history.
Thank you. All right, so we got big boy news, Opinnuendo coming up, things that must go. Also, round 1 of your boner voting.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about the Boy Scouts. Oh, excuse me. The Scouts.
The Scouts.
Not officially
Scouting.
Yet, yeah. We'll tell you about it.
On the way. Stand by for all of that. So first, got to remind you about Mother's Day on Sunday. ProFlowers.
Oh, wait, I'm going to go there right now while you're doing this.
Seriously, show them how quickly it takes to do this.
Okay.
You've been putting it off or forgetting.
I hear so the microphone at the top, Carrie. I'm clicking on that.
Click on that. You type in X96.
X96.
That's our code. When you send ProFlowers for Mother's Day, she's guaranteed to have at least 7 days of fresh, beautiful flowers. And in my experience, it's been at least 3 weeks if you just follow the directions in the package. It comes in a nice big green box. They've got it all figured out. Fresh flowers, guaranteed delivery, unique vases, and accessories that Mom will love. ProFlowers has everything you need this Mother's Day. You can choose the delivery date. You can even get it delivered on Mother's Day if you'd like. So this Mother's Day is this Sunday. Show Mom how much she means to you. Send her 1 dozen assorted roses with free chocolates for $19.99 plus shipping and handling. And how you get that is go to proflowers.com, click on the blue microphone in the upper right-hand corner, and use the code X96, and it will take you to a window where you can get this deal. Proflowers.com and the code X96. Okay. Get off that website.
Oh, I was almost done, though.
Go do this one now.
All right. Yeah, but everything looks good. See, I could have finished my flower order. I was like 30 seconds away from finishing it. But I will read you a sponsor. How about that?
Please.
Jiffy Lube's team of technicians, highly trained in oil changes, tire rotations, radiator services, and more. Visit jiffylubeutah.com for discount services and nearest locations.
Keep the radio on. A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts at 10. X96.
Are you afraid?
Rod Stewart.
What?
I just saw this. There's pictures of Rod Stewart and his wife getting a cozy lunch date at the Subway near their Essex home. There's a picture of them sitting in the Subway. They ordered 2 6-inch subs.
Really? What beverage did they have, Gina? Did they have? I don't know if Subway is a Coke or a Pepsi venue. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I hope they had a cola.
You don't think of Rod Stewart as.
I don't think of Rod Stewart. Period.
And he didn't wait in a car and send his wife in.
Why would he?
He's just sitting there.
Why would he? He's a chivalrous man.
If I'm really hungry, I stop by the Subway. Come on, honey, let's get some.
See?
Thank you.
On X96.
All right, 6:33. We got things that must go coming up in a few moments. But first, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Well, Gina, I had the story yesterday, and I was wondering if you knew much about it or anything about it. That the police, so the Golden State Killer. They got the Golden State Killer.
Right.
They're pretty sure they got it.
Right.
And they used DNA. So now they think they might be able to finally find the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah, we're going to see a bunch of killers' DNA processing stories coming up. I bet.
Thanks for that succinct. That's succinct.
There you go.
You know what I meant?
According to the Vallejo Police Department in the San Francisco Bay Area, they have evidentiary items believed to contain the Zodiac Killer's DNA. That evidence has been sent to a lab for extraction to generate a profile of the suspect. Police plan to compare the profile to samples used for genealogy research. Now, the Zodiac Killer terrorized Northern California from 1968 to 1970. He sent cryptic letters and notes to police and newspapers, which were signed Zodiac. The Vallejo Police Department, the agency handling the DNA evidence, did not return multiple calls for comment, but they just announced that they're going to send in some DNA stuff.
No, they suspect that the Golden State Killer part of the reason he stopped, because he was a cop.
Right.
And they think one of the reasons he stopped was that he realized, now that, because DNA wasn't a thing back in the 70s. That was not something people that committed crimes ever worried about. He's like, I better knock this off. They're going to find me. Well,
the Zodiac killer claimed to have killed more than 30 people and said, I did it because it's so much fun. That's what he said in the notes that he would send to the police. By his own account, he claimed to have killed 30. Police say they believe he's actually responsible for 6 and 2 attempted homicides. But I don't know. Who knows?
He's bragging.
Yeah. And it's the big news in entertainment, of course. Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter.
It's Keanu Reeves throwing Alex Winter a bone.
I think.
Because Keanu doesn't need this.
Because this has been talked about for...
They're really going to do it.
Yeah, at least 10 years.
Bill and Ted, number 3. Now, Keanu says it's fun. I think it's fun because a couple of guys, these 2 guys wrote a great script. Steven Soderbergh is the executive producer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And
so maybe it will be good.
Scott Krupf will be the director. His previous credit, Limitless. I don't recall what that was.
That was Bradley Cooper. I take a pill and I know everything, but maybe that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess they're going to do it. Now, the big announcement here in Utah had to do with the Boy Scouts and the Mormon Church. And the Mormon Church is going to sever ties with the Boy Scouts of America, and we'll go into detail in that coming up in a few minutes. We'll tell you all about that. We now know more about the 15-year-old homicide victim. It's a horrible story here in Salt Lake. She was apparently on the phone with her mother, this 15-year-old girl, when she was brutally attacked, and her mother heard the entire thing on the phone.
Really?
Officers found the body of, if you go to x96.com/live, you'll see a picture of Bailey Bagshaw, that's the homicide victim, and the guy, Sean French, who is at this point a person of interest in her murder. Apparently, Bailey had arrived at home from West High School and called her mom, something she really routinely did when she got home. While she was on the phone with her, the mother heard her being brutally attacked. At that point, the mother called a neighbor to go check on Bailey. The neighbor called police as he went over to check on her, and police arrived soon after. And police are now searching for 24-year-old Sean French, a person of interest in the case. He has ties to Wyoming, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana. He has ties to the Ogden area as well, but he may be on. They're kind of watching things along I-80 as it heads east to see if they can find him. Senator Hatch has apologized.
What?
A day after Senator Hatch said it was ridiculous that Senator McCain, John McCain, did not want President Trump at his funeral, Hatch is apologizing. Meghan McCain lashed out Tuesday at Orrin Hatch for weighing in on her father's dying wishes. The Arizona senator, of course, battling life-threatening, well, probably life-ending brain cancer. I'd like everybody to take a collective breath and chill out on my dad for a second, especially Orrin Hatch, Meghan McCain said on The View, which is a program she co-hosts with those other wonderful women. Who's on there now? Whoopi's still on there. Whoopi is still on there, and
I never watched it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't think of her name. The comedian, Joy Behar.
I couldn't guess.
Yeah, Whoopi and Joy Behar are still on there, I know, and Meghan McCain. Hatch told the Washington Post that he was wrong to make the off-the-cuff remark about Senator McCain's funeral plans. I agree with, here's a quote, I agree with the daughter.
The daughter.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said anything. I agree 100% with her. I agree with the daughter.
He's gone over.
Yeah.
His freshness date is long past.
He has gone over.
His freshness date is expired. His sell-by date is still in effect. But
we need to rotate the stock.
Yeah. Speaking to reporters of the Senate hallway on Monday, Hatch was asked about McCain's remarks to friends that he had asked the White House to send Vice President Mike Pence to the funeral, not Trump, and he said that's ridiculous. Trump is a very good man.
No, he's not.
He's president. Yeah, so anyway. Let's see. Some good news, I guess, although I was kind of hoping it would happen. I was kind of hoping that Don Blankenship would win.
Why were you hoping that? Oh, because then he would fail miserably in the...
Yeah.
Republicans narrowly averted political disaster in the West Virginia state primary. No, I think West Virginia deserves Don Blankenship.
Oh.
That's why I was hoping he would be the next senator from West Virginia. He was the former coal executive was defeated in the Republican primary. Mainstream Democrats fended off a liberal insurgent in the Ohio governor's race, bringing relief to the establishment of both parties on a day of elections in 4 states. But Washington Republicans were handed a stinging defeat in North Carolina, where Representative Robert Pittenger was defeated by Mark Harris, who was a pastor who made his name denouncing same-sex marriage. The unexpected setback is likely to jolt congressional Republicans yet again and underscore their fragile House majority in the party's most vulnerable front in 2018. People are still saying that it is possible that the House and the Senate will be democratically controlled in the midterm elections.
Fingers crossed.
George Zimmerman. I didn't mention this yesterday.
Yeah.
I was going to make him a boner candidate, but he's the guy who was acquitted of murder in the Trayvon Martin case. He's in trouble yet again.
Who's the thug?
He's facing charges of misdemeanor stalking after he allegedly threatened and harassed a private investigator in December. A new news release from the State Attorney General's office for Seminole County said Zimmerman was being investigated by the county sheriff over allegations that he stalked Dennis Warren late last year. Warren was hired to find people who might be interested in participating in Rest in Power, the Trayvon Martin story, which is a documentary series about Trayvon Martin, who George Zimmerman fatally shot while he was acting as a neighborhood watch volunteer. And Warren, this private detective, contacted Zimmerman and gave him information on how to contact Michael Gasparo, the series executive producer. Zimmerman called Gasparo. They talked about the documentary series, but then for some reason Zimmerman decided he was going to stalk this private detective. He's kind of...
Yeah.
He's been in nothing but trouble with the law ever since the Trayvon Martin.
And the message that he sent to the person was disturbing as hell, because he says, I know how to take care of S.
Yeah.
I've been taking care of it since, and then he named he named the month that Trayvon happened,
was shot.
month and year.
And this is kind of a minor story in the news today, but I think it's a big story. The Louisiana Department of Health is going to begin sending nursing home eviction notices to more than 30,000 residents who could lose their Medicaid under the budget passed by the State House of Representatives.
There you go.
The Louisiana Department of Health is beginning the process of notifying all impacted enrollees that some people may lose their Medicaid eligibility, said Department of Health spokesman Bob Johansson. The goal of the department is to give notice to all affected people as soon as possible so that they can develop appropriate plans.
Well, what do you think they're going to do?
The Department of Health says they're sending out letters May 10th. Medicaid, of course, is federal and state collaboration covering more than 70 million people, 1 in 5 Americans, making it the largest government health insurance program. President Obama expanded the program by allowing states to cover millions more low-income adults. Rolling back the expansion has been a longtime goal of the Republicans because they don't care for old people, even though most Republicans in charge are old people.
And most of their voters are.
The Trump administration has encouraged states to reshape their Medicaid programs, paving the way for states like Kentucky and Michigan to include new measures like work requirements for able-bodied adults. So they're rolling it back in Louisiana, and they'll put these old people out on the street.
These they need to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps.
I don't wear boots anymore.
And get a
My
job.
slippers.
My feet are swollen. I can't fit into the boots.
They're lying around doing nothing. They're lazy. They're welfare queens. They should get jobs, right?
And finally this. Seth Rogen's mom, Sandy, is sort of a legend on Twitter. She has praised her son's joint rolling skills. She provides important updates like, well, there's nothing like new windshield wipers. And she brags about her sex life. Falling asleep after sex is like shavasana after yoga.
Shavasana?
Shavasana after yoga. Most recently, the Canadian-based Rogan matriarch turned her more than 59,000 followers with this question. In yoga, When you can see the very private parts of the woman in front of you through her pants, should you tell her? She tweeted. Dilemma. A mortified Seth Rogen replied, Jesus, Mom. I like that. And then she said, well, it's a problem.
Well?
Sometimes it is so obvious. At that point, Seth Rogen tweeted simply, Mom! The end.
Just quickly.
Sports weather trip?
Yeah. So here's the good news.
All right.
The Jazz, there's something to be excited about, and we haven't had that in a long time.
Go Jazz!
It's something to look forward to. We haven't looked forward to an upcoming Jazz season in years. And now, even though it ended last night, we are anxiously awaiting them coming back. We finally have a team that we're excited
Are you
about.
anxiously awaiting this?
I'm like the deep voice guy says, I am a fair weather Jazz fan as long as they're winning.
Yeah. Well, they're not losing in the offseason.
Utah Royals are home tonight at 7 p.m. They play Orlando Pride. And UFC, you're going to get that.
That's the Ultimate Fighters?
Yeah, they've inked a deal, as they say, with ESPN, a multi-year media rights agreement with ESPN and ESPN Television. This is, now remember, ESPN is Disney.
Yeah.
So, you know that Disney platform they're talking about?
Yeah, the app.
The app.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be able to get it on that.
Okay.
Or a version of that.
All right.
The 15 live UFC events going to stream exclusively on ESPN. That's going to be the only place you can see them. So
I heard we were going to have an app someday.
we're working on it.
A new one. Yeah.
I heard that.
That's sports weather. Hottest day, maybe even record-breakingly hot today. We could get close to 90 for a high today, but it'll cool down again tomorrow.
By the way, when we get that app, I'm going to propose that we stage ultimate fighting contests among the staff.
It could only help.
Yeah.
Traffic's looking pretty good, so we can move along. The team that knows a smile on your face means they're doing it right. Performance Toyota Bountiful. Ask about huge savings happening right now on the 2018 RAV4. Things That Must Go, brought to you by Fox 13 News. They want to say thanks for making them the highest-rated local news. They pride themselves on being the independent voice on local issues and appreciate your trust. Fox News, your #1 station for local news.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you. You're our dear friends of the program. You send them to us via email, radiofromhell@x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and perhaps these vexum things that are in your life could go. I have two of my own really quickly today. Number one thing that must go, when you're brushing your teeth and you realize that somehow there's a hair caught in the bristles of your electric toothbrush. So you're brushing your teeth and then you feel this and there's a hair in the bristles. You have to stop and pull the hair out of there.
Always check it before I use it.
And well, no, you know, it's my hair is blonde, so I don't see my own hair in there. And then number two, people who stick out their tongues in photographs all the time. You know, stop it! Why is that a thing?
It shouldn't be.
Stop it. All right, this one from, if you'd like, you may use my name. Good morning, Lords. This will probably be the shortest list of things that must go from me. Number one, people who use their garage as storage.
Yeah.
I never understood why people do that. But now that I am married and my wife has 10 times more stuff than I do, God help me, I'm one of those people that uses their garage for storage. Geek Show says, hey, make mine a double and ram tough. Sent from my iPhone. Zane, now that I'm married... Zane got married.
Congratulations.
Is that our Zane?
I think, yeah. Yeah.
Or another Zane?
Oh, way to go, Zane. No,
Right.
it's our Zane.
Okay.
It's our little Zane. This one, let's see, feel free to use my name. Sean Norris, Todd's Railroad podcast co-host. My thing that must go is UTA's irritatingly stupid name change to Transit District Utah.
Yes.
Which has an estimated price tag of $50 million. Meanwhile, the state claims they don't have the funds necessary to expand service, such as building a front-runner-owned line between Pleasant View and Ogden, which has an estimated price tag of only $1 to $2 million taxpayer dollars. I'll get off my soapbox now, but I can't get over how stupid this whole deal is. And then finally, this one from Please Don't Use My Name. These things have been bugging me for more than they usually do. The fact that I truly believe Festus was Gina's son's real name must go. The cashier telling my daughter, if you're good, maybe your mom will buy it for you next time.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
I'm trying to show my daughter she doesn't always get something every time we go to the store. It's not helping. My coworker who uses the word wither as in whether you like it or not.
Weather?
Yeah. Well, I'll do it whether you like it or not. And holding my 2-year-old's hand and her counting down 3, 2, 1 and going limp, making it impossible for me to catch her, and the meltdown that followed when I did actually drop her and kneed her in the head. And finally, my husband trying to rap must go.
Oh,
Thanks for
always.
letting me listen.
Always.
All right. Carrie?
I got a few of my own, my wife and I, to start. Things that must go. Stinking up the great outdoors. In the Harmon's parking lot, we see a guy eating some food that he got at the Harmon's, like the salad bar or something, with his windows rolled up and the car running. This was yesterday.
It was hot yesterday. Oh, he had the air on.
He had the air on, but
roll down the window.
But it was only 79 degrees and it was nice and breezy.
Or if it's Harmon's, they get that you can sit
That's
in.
the other thing is you can go inside and they have that air conditioned area where you can eat your food. All right. No excuse for that.
None.
I mean, I don't have kids to leave this earth to, but you might. You know, think about it. Other things that must go is the unicorn trend.
You're over the unicorns?
You know, you got your unicorn frappuccino, unicorn cake, unicorn toast.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I haven't, but I can.
It's cream cheese that's different colors smeared on the toast.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's got to go.
Yeah.
Phone updates that, you know, when you get the iOS, you know, software update, it never fails. I have a text tone that's a Jawa, you know, from Star Wars, and he says, "Ooh, teeny." Yeah. That's the tone I set.
Okay.
And it never fails. Whenever the iOS update comes, it resets it to ping.
Oh, and you got to go back and fix it?
Which sounds just like everybody else's, and I have to reset it and reset it and reset
weird.
it. Also, things that must go is if I go to the counter and I ask you, do you have cauliflower rice? See, this means I've looked and you don't have any. And maybe I should just say that from now on. I've looked and you don't have any.
Well, because what do they say?
Because then what they do is they come around to where I looked and they go, yeah, we're out.
They didn't trust your
No.
judgment. Yeah.
I just need to be more specific and say, I've looked, you don't have any. Can you make me some more right now? The fact that I'm asking for cauliflower rice also must go. Also what must go is Target only having the slippers that I want during Christmas. That's just ridiculous.
The slippers that you want?
I wear house slippers, okay?
And what's so special about your house slippers?
It's just these specific kind of house slippers that I want, and they say that we only carry them at Christmas time.
That's terrible.
It is ridiculous. Anyway.
Are you wearing out your
Listen, old people need slippers 24/7, not just seasonally. Knock it off. All right.
I suggest mucklucks.
Please don't use my name, things that must go. This is a series, a number series. 1, having to eat an undercooked chicken dinner very quickly before a coffee shop date so I could be on time. 2, dry heaving while at the said coffee shop date. 3, finding out the date is already married. 4, conversation at the date turning into a sales pitch. 5, confirmation that the date doesn't want to have an affair and wants to be faithful to the spouse. 6, fighting the urge to fall asleep while the date shows baby and promotional photos. 7, dates that end with an invitation to some sort of vague seminar. 8, being unable to turn the dry heaving, being unable to turn the dry heaving from earlier into vomiting, so that this date never happens again. Thank you for letting me listen, Gina.
Just mine quickly. Do not take a bag of fast food onto an airplane. It smells up the whole airplane like you're fast.
But they stopped serving food on the plane.
Well, there's plenty of options at the airport of things you can get that aren't stinky that you take on the plane.
So like a wrap.
Yeah.
A sandwich.
A salad.
Just a cold wrap
something.
or
There's plenty.
Sure.
that don't stink.
Do not do that.
So you mean stinky food
Yes.
specifically? All right.
So no more of my brie and crackers?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. Go ahead. Use my name. It's Allie or Ollie. I'm going to go with Ollie. My thing that must go are college finals. Finals week is the single most stressful, anxiety-inducing week of my entire life, and I have to do it every semester. I find it ridiculous that a single test depends on whether I pass a class or not, even if I did well the rest of the semester. Wish me luck on my statistics final this morning. Well, good luck.
Good luck.
Let's see. My thing that must go is anyone who thinks that by having a cesarean section, it's an easy way out to birthing a child.
No.
This belief has recently been brought to my attention, and I'm appalled. Having a C-section, whether by choice or not, is major surgery. It takes a long time to recover. Thanks for letting me listen, Jessica. And let's see. Feel free to use my name. Okay, Mark.
Girl.
People who share their drama on the phone in public.
Yeah.
If you want to have a fight with your girlfriend, talk about your juvenile delinquent runaway kid, or bitch about how your parents won't pay for your trip to Tahiti, do it somewhere else besides the store or the restaurant, the train, so the rest of us don't have to hear about it. People who won't accept no for an answer when they tell them, I don't want to drink. I don't drink, period.
No?
Well, it's not because I'm a goody two-shoes or a prude. I have my reasons, and I'm not obligated to share them with you. But if I have to tell you more than once, you're going to get your head bitten off. Sounds like he needs a drink.
Man.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Hey there, traffic lady. That's what you say when you text me, traffic, because as far as UDOT's concerned, there's nothing going on. Maybe they're doing that name change, and it's a different website I don't know about.
that's not.
Oh, that's
UDOT,
UTA. Sorry. Bad joke. There's nothing. We're good.
Right.
Round one of your boner voting coming up. We're going to talk about the Boy Scouts as well. Scouts, excuse me.
I got a leaky faucet at home.
You do?
Well, you know what to do.
I'm going to call these guys that we're going to talk about right now, Shamrock Plumbing.
There.
We have our car guys, our mechanics. We have our auto body shop.
Mm-hmm.
We have our dentist. And
Yes.
these are all people that we use, and the same thing with our plumbers here.
Mm-hmm.
Shamrock Plumbing. These are the people we turn to for plumbing emergencies and also just maintenance, routine maintenance.
If you own a home, you're going to need to call a plumber at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Or you should. Like Carrie always says, don't try to do that stuff on your own.
I just don't.
Plumbing is the worst to try to do.
I never mess with water or electricity, and so always call the plumber.
Right now, Shamrock Plumbing is still, I believe, offering their free water purification system if you buy a water softener. If you don't have a water softener at all, you'll be amazed at the difference it makes in a lot of things, particularly how much soap you have to use to clean your clothes, your body.
Your dishes, yeah.
Your dishes come out looking nicer, and it doesn't clog up your pipes with minerals when you have a water softener. So call Shamrock Plumbing for all of that. 801-295-1690 or go to shamrockplumbing.net.
X96 is your home for non...
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains, the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find our elders wandering around the streets of the Mos Eisley Spaceport, a more wretched hive of scum and villainy you'll never find. Let's listen. I just don't want to hang around here anymore. This place is pretty creepy.
If we could just find the right parts, I can have your hyperbike making light speed in no time.
Well, where in heaven's name are we going to find parts for a hyperbike on this backwater planet?
This looks like a good place to start.
A cantina?
Yep.
We can't go into a place that serves icky Alderon ale and icky Tatooine whiskey.
Oh, to heck with the rules. Your hyperbike ain't gonna fix itself.
Hey, we don't allow your kind in here.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We'll just be on our way.
Well, I meant the droids.
Let's go somewhere where we will be appreciated, R2. Oh, don't ask me. I have no way of determining whether or not his parents were siblings.
Hey, Lehigh, check out that cool-looking guy sitting by himself over there.
Which guy?
The one sitting next to that giant furry carpet. He looks like the kind of guy who would know his way around the black market. I'll bet he can help us out.
That giant furry carpet is breathing and just happens to be heavily armed.
Follow my lead. Excuse me, sir, but I believe that you could be of some service to us.
Yeah, what is it, kid? You want to make the Kessel run on the fastest ship in the quadrant?
No, sir. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
He just wanted me to remind you that Wookiees have been known to rip the arms off of missionaries if they stick around too long. So what is it then? Do you need me to smuggle a shipload of Bibles somewhere?
No, but if you need a complimentary copy of the Book of Mormon, we can arrange that.
All I need is a charge blaster by my side. I ain't putting my faith in some hokey old religion.
Well, I believe that you would find the Book of Mormon to be more powerful than any blaster, and it serves to recharge us rather than us needing to recharge it.
Yeah, whatever you say, kid. What is it that you guys came in here for anyway?
We need a plasma inverter for a Mark 32 hyperbike.
You guys got any cash on you?
Cash? No, we don't.
Well, maybe we could work something out. You see that guy by the bar?
The green guy?
His name is Greedo, and he's looking for me. Now, you guys keep him busy while Chewie and I here make a break for it, and you'll find a plasma inverter on your hyperbike when you get outside.
You got a deal. Let's go, Lehigh.
Aiding and abetting suspected felons. Zone Leader Henson will not like this.
Now, maybe we won't put it on our report, okay? Excuse me, Mr. Greedo, sir. Hi, I'm Elder Jensen, and this is Elder Christiansen.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Will Lehigh and Butch ever get the plasma inverter off of this godforsaken rock of a planet? Will Han Solo try to shoot his way out of his neck scrape, or will he try using the Book of Mormon? Will Greedo join the church just to get away from our elders? Tune in next time to hear Lehigh say, I can't believe we got thrown out of a sleazy cantina for bothering the regulars.
Well, beats the heck out of having your arms pulled off by a Wookiee.
On the next eye-crossing episode of Space Elders!
Utah's most trusted. Trusted? I don't know. Bill Allred on X96.
All right.
Well, so the big news here in Utah today, the announcement from the LDS Church, and it's not surprising, I guess, but
yeah, I mean, those of us on the inside have seen this coming for a while.
This is Richie Stedman.
To the rest of us, it's surprising.
Yeah, it's Elder Stedman here in the studio. When he's not producing the show, he is Elder Stedman. When he is producing the show, he's Comrade Stedman.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to cut, the LDS Church, the Mormon Church, will cut ties with the Scouts. Now, let's address that
Yeah,
first.
there's two different things. Yeah.
The Boy Scouts have announced that they will change their name to just
Scouts BSA.
Yes,
I think is what it was called.
So that because they now will admit girls, the Girl Scouts have always been inclusive to admit boys if they wanted to be in the Girl Scouts. They could.
Yeah, but you have to be called a Girl Scout.
Some people in the Girl Scouting organization are not happy with the Scouts changing their name and admitting girls because they say they're trying to poach young women that we could get to join the Girl Scouts. And the reason the Boy Scouts or Scouts is doing this, I think they did it in anticipation of the fact that they're losing the Mormon Church. Because the Mormon Church makes up 18-point-something% of all the Scouts in the country. It is the largest participating, sponsoring organization for the Scouts.
Can I ask an obvious question?
Yeah.
Why don't the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts just get together and
give yourself 5 years? I would bet that
may happen.
That discussion will start to happen now that the LDS Church is going to pull away from the Scouts.
It'll just be scouting.
That's, as you pointed out, almost a fifth of their money. 450,000 Scouts are LDS.
Now there are two some odd million. That's a lot. There are about 2 million, a little over 2 million Scouts in the United States right now. So this is a chunk out of them, but they're still a viable organization without the LDS Church. But it's going to hurt.
Yeah, it'll definitely take a hit for sure, and you will. I think that you'll see the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts go, okay, how can we do this? This is ridiculous. You're taking girls, we're taking boys. Why don't we just do
Scouts?
Scouts. Yeah.
Now the new program that the LDS Church is not going to get rid of a program that's like scouting. It says here, the new program, according to a news release, will help all girls and boys, young women and young men, discover their eternal identity, which there was not an eternal identity merit badge in the
I missed
Scouts.
that one, yeah.
But there's now going to be an eternal identity in there. Build character and resilience, develop the skills, and fulfill their divine roles as daughters and sons of God. The curriculum will focus on helping youth set and achieve goals as they grow spiritually, socially, physically, and intellectually, as they seek to follow Jesus Christ. No more helping the pack go.
It's going to be, they're going to refocus and be way more churchy.
It'll be more religious. Does it got a name yet, Richie?
It does not have a name yet. It is right now the Worldwide Initiative for Children and Youth.
No, that's not good.
That will not be what it is.
Worldwide W Initiative,
Wiki.
WIFKI.
Surely,
just call it the WIFKIs.
Surely in your Mormon social media circles, there have been people guessing what it will be.
Yeah, of course.
Well, they need to take some obscure name out of the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, or early LDS church history.
Give me a really obscure Book of Mormon guy.
I mean, you could do something with Helaman. Helaman's Stripling Warriors.
The Stripling Warriors. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's call them the Stripling Warriors.
No, because then you always get stripping warriors, Bill. You can't go there.
So the church pulled out of scouting because of girls?
Well, so
or because of
because of the gays.
So a couple of things. A lot of people are saying, because now the gay church leaders, the gay leaders.
What gay church leaders?
I'm sorry, the gay leaders within the Scouts and then church leaders. Some people are saying that the reason why we hung on this long was President Monson, the former prophet before the current president of the church, was a huge Scout advocate.
Yeah,
so much.
So it was never going to be talked about.
It was never even a thought while he was still alive. So now that he's passed on, that would be a thing.
In the Salt Lake Tribune, after the Scouts allowed openly gay men to be leaders in scouting, the LDS-affiliated troops were allowed to continue operating in accordance with their faith standards. That means that though no BSA-wide ban exists for gay leaders who are sexually active or in the same-sex relationships, in the Mormon-run troops, that is not the case. There are no, at least no openly gay leaders or people in same-sex unions.
So the other side of it would say, too, the LDS Church most recently has really started to focus on a worldwide initiative, and the Boy Scouts of America was very American-centric for people in Ghana, for people in Russia, when they're like, wait, why are youth, in the church so focused on this scouting thing that's an American thing? So now with this, the worldwide initiative, it's going to have something that can be for all saints in all areas.
Let's ask this question. How viable is scouting in today anyway? I mean, is it an important program? Or are kids all over the country becoming scouts anymore?
I can't say because I'm in a bubble. I know a lot of people who
there are a lot of scouts here
who said, "Do you know of a scouting group not affiliated with the Mormon Church?" Because my friends aren't Mormon. I said I had no idea.
Yeah,
they're still scouting.
Yeah, there are here in Utah. There are Lutheran troops and Catholic
non-denominational troops.
Non-denominational troops.
So short answer to your question, I think it's viable if you had a good experience with it. I think that you will tout it until the end.
That's not the question I'm asking. The question I'm asking is, what are the recruitment numbers for the Scouts today as compared to 10 years ago or 15 years ago or 20? Are there more? Are more people being Scouts?
It is a growing organization. I don't know how the LDS Church's withdrawal will affect those numbers, but it is a growing organization.
They're a spokesman for the LDS Church. No, a spokesperson for the Scouts said the Boy Scouts have no plans to change the names of facilities honoring scouting supporters like the Thomas S. Monson Lodge at the Hinckley Scout Ranch in northern Utah. So even though the Mormon Church is pulling out of scouting, the Scouts say, no, we'll still keep that the Thomas Monson Lodge and, do that.
I tend to agree with Travis in the chat room.
Yeah.
He says, I'm an assistant cub master. I'm extremely disappointed with this decision. To me, it just teaches exclusion.
Well.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Well, you would have to say, though, that if you are a member of the LDS Church, there are certain things about it that teaches exclusion anyway.
Well, I just remember when I was a kid, my friend Rhett Neal, he was a Baptist, and he wanted to be in Scouts, and he couldn't because he wasn't a Mormon.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and that was the only Scout troop in our town. So,
no, I mean, Joe, my husband, who was not a Mormon, raised in Davis County, went to the Mormon Church for scouting because that was the only and he became an Eagle Scout. He went all the way through.
Yeah, you couldn't, the Mormon Scout troops don't say you can't.
Well, we combined our priesthood meeting and Scout meeting. It was the same thing,
and that's what they're
that's
what they're hoping to get rid of.
Yeah, that was
that's
the problem.
Yeah.
So I think it's good for the Scouts for doing their own thing.
Well, there it is.
All right.
Thank you, friends of the program, for sending in some traffic. Stalled dump truck on 500 West in Pleasant View. Thank you for letting me know that. Traffic in Ogden. A train stalled over 30 minutes on 12th Street. Thank you for that. And I've got traffic in, in Poland. Tons of liquid chocolate cover the highway after a truck overturned.
Where?
In Poland.
Let's go.
There's great pictures of the chocolate-covered freeway. That's traffic. Join them for Mother's Day for limited local favorites as well as a best-in-glass drink feature. Reservations available at meltingpot.com.
All right, we've got Boners Round 1 coming up. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1. Sounds like a medical emergency to me. Boner candidate number 2. I'll bet we can drive underwater. And boner candidate number 3. The sexual harassment trio.
All right, all that and big boy news coming up after these. Stand by. Got to remind you about Mother's Day, Sunday, Sherry's Berries. Again, Gina, this will take you 3 minutes.
Okay, let me go.
Go to berries.com.
Berries?
Berries.com.
Okay.
And then you click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner.
I see it right there.
And then you type in X96.
X96.
And that's how you get this amazing deal for Mom. Freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99 plus shipping and handling. You can double the berries for $10 more. You might as well. Berries.com and the code X96. It's a terrific gift. It's delicious.
Ooh, they have truffles, too.
Yeah, they do all kinds of things.
They have chocolate-covered Oreos.
They do?
Yeah.
Cake pops.
They have cake pop. I love cake pop. But this is all about, they want you to get these fresh, juicy strawberries dipped in chocolate, or dipped in milk, dark and white chocolatey goodness, then topped with rich chocolate chips, chopped nuts, and signature swizzles. You choose the delivery date. It's guaranteed. Customer satisfaction is always number one or your money back. So go to berries.com and the code X96.
I'm Todd Newcomb, and every weekday afternoon at 4:30, I give you a 1-hour nonstop music wing ding for
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! In this episode, we find our missionaries tracting underground on Janus 6. Wow, would you look at these caverns? They're incredible.
You sure we have the right planet?
Yeah, I am. Janus 6. Why'd you ask?
Oh, just because this planet is uninhabited, that's all.
Well, I'm sure that Zone Leader Hansen had a good reason to send us here.
Yeah, like all the residents of this planet were killed by some unknown force, and he's hoping that we stumble upon it.
Now, Butch, you be nice. Hey, looky here. Perfectly round, shiny rocks.
Hey, a collection of bowling balls. Well, maybe there is life on this planet after all.
I don't think those are bowling balls. Hey, you shouldn't be touching those.
Well, you're right. They ain't bowling balls. The weight's all wrong, and they don't have holes drilled in them. Hey, you hear that?
You mean the menacing sound of a big rock sneaking up on us?
Yeah. What do you think it is?
Well, from the looks of it, I'd say it's a big rock sneaking up on us.
What the flip?
Oh, you better put down the bowling ball real slow and easy, Butch. I don't think the big rock that's been sneaking up on us likes the way you're handling it, and it's staring at us, too.
Okay, here you go.
It's backing off. Excuse me, Mr. or Mrs. Big Rock. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi. Hey, look, it's burning some words into the cavern floor. Me, Horta, these my babies. No kill I. Hey, she's friendly, and she has kids, so it means she must be married.
Mrs. Horta, we represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons. Hey, she just crossed out the no from no kill I.
Oh, so much for being a friendly rock.
Looks like this might just be a time to make an exit there, Lehigh. Let me just grab one of these little rocks as a souvenir. My cousin would love to have a real live pet rock.
I don't think she wants you to have one of our babies, Butch. Look out! Is this the end of our missionaries? Will Butch get to send a pet rock home to his cousin? Will Lehigh make him put it back? Is it legal to bowl with a silicone-like form egg? To find out the answers to these questions, tune in next time to hear Butch say,
"Okay, lady, back off or the little rock gets it."
Now, Butch, that's no way to talk to a prospective convert. Now give her back her baby. On the next bone-chilling episode of Space Elders!
From working in a spider-infested, dusty old studio with substandard equipment in Ogden, now Carrie, Bill, and Gina have a big, fancy studio in beautiful downtown Salt Lake. And they still find things to bitch about. X96.
All right, 7:21. It is time for round one of your boner voting. I'm going to present to you 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. Boner means mistake. You will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be round one's winner? Yes, they are not boner of the day if they win here. They have to defeat the winner of round 2. Yes, we do it again with 3 new candidates at 8:20.
You used to be too easy.
Yeah.
You got to work hard for the boner.
So then, once we get a winner out of those 3, we take both candidates, the winners of both rounds, and throw them into boner fight. That happens at 9:20. That is when you decide who is boner of the day. So pick your contender. This is round 1. 2 candidates now, a 3rd candidate after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
I can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell boner T-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car check over before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Sounds like a medical emergency to me. A Florida woman.
There we go.
And boner candidate number 2 is a Florida woman was arrested on Friday after cops said she called 911 claiming a medical emergency. And it turns out she was just thirsty.
That's an emergency.
Jennifer Sue Roberts' emergency need called 911 because she needed a beer. The 57-year-old called 911 twice.
Twice.
Just after 12 noon and just before 4 p.m. claiming, I have a medical emergency. They finally went to her house. Ms. Roberts appeared intoxicated when paramedics arrived after the second call. Pinellas County Sheriff's Office records seemingly indicate that Ms. Roberts, who also goes by the name Jennifer Sue Sunday, has been accused numerous times of dialing 911 without an emergency. But this one, she was thirsty. She needed a beer. Sounds like a medical emergency to me.
This is giving me a great idea for an app, though.
Boner candidate number 1. What's the app?
Deliver a beer to you.
Just deliver a beer?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's illegal here in Utah.
I'm sure I'll be able to do it everywhere but here.
Here's boner candidate number 2. I bet we could drive underwater. Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Authorities say 2 people made a bet about how far their car could go into the water at Lake Havasu and still drive.
Really?
The answer is...
It's a bet.
Not far.
There it is.
It's a bet.
X96.com/live.
He had to. It's a bet.
The Mojave County Sheriff's Office says the water disabled the vehicle as it entered.
Yes.
Causing it to become stuck while it was approximately halfway submerged. During the investigation, it was learned that one of the occupants of the vehicle had an active misdemeanor arrest warrant. He was taken into custody and booked into jail at the Mojave County Adult Detention Facility. They say that they removed the vehicle from the lake. So not only do they think, let's see how far we could drive this in the lake. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, not very. Okay, we got to call the cops to come and get this tow. Oh, wait a minute. I have a warrant out.
Oh, man.
Crap, a bench warrant. Oh, man, I forgot.
We didn't think this through.
Boner candidate
we don't
number
think
2.
anything through.
I bet we could drive underwater.
But officers, it was a bet. He had to.
You honor the bet.
You're not gonna arrest me, are you? Oh, all right. We'll get to boner candidate number 3 in a minute. It's called the Sexual Harassment Trio.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 1, right after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Join the Melting Pot this Mother's Day for limited local favorites as well as best-in-glass drink features. Reservations available at meltingpot.com.
So we were talking about the Boy Scouts right at around 7 o'clock.
Scouts.
The Scouts. And I posited, are Scouts as popular as they used to be?
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not.
No.
I looked it up. The Boy Scouts of America youth membership fell 7.4% last year, continuing a decade-long decline. More than 2.4 million youth participated in the Scouts in 2014, along with just fewer than 1 million adults, according to a spokesman, Darren Smith. Enrollment fell 6% the year before, and in previous years, enrollment declined slightly or saw no change. Now, it's still one of America's most influential groups to serve youth. The Scouts has tried to boost participation with new technology and by changing their name to just the Scouts because they would like girls to join as well.
And I think that's cool.
But to boost their declining membership, apparently, and I kind of thought this would be the case, the kids just aren't as interested in scouting as they used to be. Now here in Utah, that's probably different. There are a lot of people interested in Scouts. So anyway. This story I heard this morning, and oh man, it's weird. For the past 2 years, 52-year-old Kendra Jackson of Omaha, Nebraska, thought she had a bad cold. When it first started, I just thought, well, it's my allergies or a runny nose or like the beginning of a fresh cold, coughing, wheezing, runny nose. 2.5 years after she was involved in a serious car accident is when this happened. Her nose started to run, and she thought, well, man, it's allergies. She went to the doctor. The doctor said, allergies, don't, but it just kept running. She said, she said, I couldn't go anywhere without a box of tissue. And then it got to the point where I had to sleep upright because
too much fluid,
and my shirt would get all wet. Jackson said she was losing about a half a liter of fluid a day.
Wow.
Finally, after 2.5 years, an astute physician's assistant
wait a minute
said, this is something more than a runny nose. So they collected some of the fluid, sent it off. Is spinal fluid. She's been, it's her brains.
Cow.
Her brains have been leaking out of her nose.
For 2 years?
For 2 years, to the tune of up to a half a liter a day.
How is she not having other, neurological symptoms?
She's lucky. They said the main, and they were able to fix it quickly. There was some, in the car accident she was in, there was some damage to, and that was causing a leak, and it was pretty easy to fix apparently. But she's lucky. The biggest risk she had was infection. They said
that's
an infection could have gotten into the fluid and gotten into her spine and her brain, and that would have killed her. So
gross.
Yeah. Donald Trump
gross
is announcing the apparent release of 3 American captives held in North Korea, a signal of outreach from the North Korean government ahead of a planned summit between Trump and Kim Jong-un. Trump made the announcement on Twitter, saying Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was returning after a brief visit to North Korea with, quote, 3 wonderful gentlemen that everyone is so looking forward to meeting. In a second tweet, President Trump said that he would be at the Joint Base Andrews to greet them when they arrive. Now, he didn't mention their names. I don't think he knows their names. The administration has been hinting at their release. Trump has taken particular interest in it, and he's taking credit for it.
Of course.
There are those, though, who would say that it was probably China who's been most responsible for this, what the French would call rapprochement between North and South Korea and the United States. But China's been trying to patch it up.
Oh, and there's an article I read earlier that was just basically spelled out the reason that the North is joining the rest of the world now, and it's money.
Sure.
Period.
With his decision to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal, which he announced yesterday, President Trump has committed to what some say is his most irresponsible act in foreign policy to date.
Yep.
In this article from Slate, they say the move, which Trump took against the urging of, so here are the people who told him not to do it. Almost every head of state in Europe, Israeli security officials, dozens of current and former diplomats, his own Secretary of Defense, and even the conservative chairman of the House Armed Services Committee all said, don't pull out of the Iran deal.
Listen, I appreciate that, but John Bolton really wants to go to war with Iran. So,
well, it was a campaign promise, so he'll do it no matter what. The move can only be attributed to one or more of 3 motives. 1, a misunderstanding of the deal's terms. a need to torpedo yet another one of President Obama's accomplishments.
There's that.
Or a desire to weaken or destroy the government of Iran.
I think it's all of that, probably.
Yeah. Trump claimed in his televised speech that Iran is cheating on the deal.
They're not.
But his own intelligence directors have said there is no evidence of that claim.
Including Mike Pompeo.
The Atomic Energy Commission has certified Iran's compliance 10 times since the deal was signed. Secretary of Defense James Mattis testified to a Senate committee last month that after reading the 140-page agreement 3 times, he was struck by how robust the deal's verification provisions are.
So how is it that Mitt Romney and Mike Lee and Chris Stewart all came out yesterday and said, this is great that the president's doing this? How do they have access to that same information you're talking about?
This article says Trump has wrecked one of the most successful arms control deals in modern history and destroyed any possible leverage to negotiate a new one, further disrupted unity with our allies, further damaged U.S. credibility, strengthened hardline factions in Iran.
Wrong.
So that will destabilize the government in Iran, and they'll go back to making... to trying to make nukes.
Because if we stayed in, their argument was, well, but in 10 years, maybe they can make them, according to the deal.
Sure.
Now that we're out of it, they can start today.
And will. I make no mistake about it. They will. Unless, no, I think they will.
Why wouldn't they?
Well, it's still under, all the other countries have still agreed to this.
Yeah.
So
Iran may say, we're going to show you.
That's what I hope.
We're going to show you how level-headed we are as compared to your president.
That's what I hope happens.
We have decided we will continue with the agreement.
Yes. And if that happens, then...
But withdrawing from the deal, America withdrawing from the deal, that means let's reimpose sanctions on Iran.
Not just Iran, but all of the people involved with the treaty. That means our allies. Yeah. Sanctions on our allies.
The man who wrestled the rifle away from the gunman at the Waffle House shooting, remember that story?
He's a great guy.
James Shaw Jr. was very modest in the hours and days after he got that assault rifle away from the gunman at a Nashville Waffle House restaurant. And in his efforts to help the shooting victims, Mr. Shaw has now raised $227,000 for the victims.
Not for him.
No.
It's all for them.
He started a GoFundMe. I am overwhelmed, Mr. Shaw said in a statement, to the thousands of people who have responded their care, prayers, and made financial donations. I can only respond by saying thank you. The widespread generosity, he said, is a heartwarming reminder of what is possible when we come together to care for one another. Shaw has been praised for his efforts, and he keeps trying to not be praised for it. He tries to stay out of the spotlight. He is an electrician. He saw a young man moving toward the Waffle House with an AR-15, squeezing the trigger repeatedly, and when the firing paused, this man, Mr. Shaw, who had just been seated at the Waffle House, saw a chance to intervene while the man was reloading. He scuffled with the shooter, seized the rifle, hurled it over the countertop, and the shooter, one Mr. Reinking, fled the restaurant at that point. Why did you do it that? How did you get so brave? The New York Times asked him. He said, I just wanted to live.
Yeah.
I was saving my life as much as I was saving anybody else's life.
Right.
So it's a remarkable story.
It is. Weather, traffic?
We could have the hottest day of the year so far and record-breaking heat today, almost up to 90. High pollen count today, so today it's not brain fluid today. It is actual allergies.
No, with me it's brain fluid.
Is it brain fluid? Traffic.
I have too much. That's why I need to.
I need to drain brains?
some. I have to tap some of it.
Crash on westbound Shepherd Lane at the ramp to go southbound US 89. Multiple cars and emergency vehicles are blocking travel through there. Let's see. That's about it. Nobody's sending anything new to 33986, but you're welcome to. I appreciate it when you do. LASIK at Hoops Vision. Now this resolution is easy. Ask about 24 months, 0 interest, and their See Clearly guarantee. Schedule your free LASIK consultation today. 877-30LASIK or hoopsvision.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. This is a Salt Lake Tribune story. I'm calling it the sexual harassment or harassment. What's the best way to pronounce that?
I say harassment.
Harassment? Okay. I'll go with that.
Okay.
The sexual harassment trio. This story is from the Salt Lake Tribune. It was sent to me by a woman who wishes to remain anonymous, but said, I would hope you would consider this for a boner. I used to work in police office, police stations.
Okay.
Month-long investigation into the conduct of 3 Davis County corrections deputies found that they had been relentless in making unwanted and inappropriate advances toward young female coworkers. The inquiry identified numerous instances of policy violations and found that the deputies' supervisors ignored or did not fully investigate complaints about the deputies' behavior. Again, this is in Davis County. 1 deputy resigned, 2 others got time off with pay, and 2 supervisors were demoted. In addition to habitually hanging around the work area of young female clerks and repeatedly calling them and sending them messages, the investigation found the deputies had, and that's multiple deputies, had on several occasions physically made female coworkers uncomfortable, including forcing a woman into an unwanted hug, grabbing a woman's buttocks at the gym, and making sexual advances that were inappropriate, leading at least 1 woman to quit her job with the county. 1 deputy, Nicholas Chard, resigned in April, about a week after the investigation concluded, but before disciplinary notices were issued, according to Davis County Human Resources Director Deborah Alexander. Deputies Larry Hubbard and Preston Ellsworth were suspended without pay for their offenses. In interviews with investigators, coworkers referred to Chard, Hubbard, and Ellsworth as the sexual harassment trio. They referred to them as team sexual harassment. They called them the creepers.
So this
because
is
of the
well
way,
known.
because of the way they targeted women at work. They were relentless, a witness told investigators. Relentless in their sexual harassment. Boner candidate number 3, the sexual harassment trio.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Sounds like a medical emergency to me. A woman calling 911 because she was thirsty. She needed a beer. It's a medical emergency, she said. Boner candidate number 2, I bet we could drive underwater. Men driving their car into Lake Havasu while making a bet. Officials remove the disabled car from the water and also arrest one of the men because, oh yeah, that's right, I got a bench warrant. And boner candidate number 3, the sexual harassment trio.
There you go. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one is your contender? Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day? Pick 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, that's the candidate numbers. Remember the candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. Most people vote that way. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Looks like Festus is taking votes in the producer's booth. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting May 9 and vote there. But you better hurry. You've only got 300 seconds to do it. This is round 1 of your boner voting. Let's go.
I'm a bad mom, I can tell you about real quick.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know you're a bad mom, but go ahead, tell us.
Quickly, we're at Gray Whale. You can come by and see us. Gray Whale up by the U.
Come and get a first-hand look at a really bad mother.
Yeah, I'm right here. So last night was country fair at Festus's school. Now, country fair is not like chickens and cows and
like you would.
pies.
That's why they call it a country fair, because it has nothing to do with that.
No, it's a country fair.
Oh, it's okay. So it's not a country fair. It's a country fair.
It's a country fair.
Australia.
Yeah. Yeah.
What country did Festus have?
He had Iraq.
Oh,
Of course he
good.
did. Yeah.
And so yesterday...
Is that because they knew his father's a terrorist?
No, he has a brother
Oh.
who's serving in Iraq.
Oh, that's okay.
He's been there forever. I wish he'd come back. But yesterday, after school, Festus said, well, everybody said they're bringing food. As you know, you have the display board with all your information, and everybody's bringing food from their various countries.
It would have been nice, honey, if you'd let me know that before, 12 hours before school.
So I look around the house, and I see that...
Did you have some hummus or anything?
Well, the mother-in-law had just come back from Egypt, and she brought this big container of baked goods from this Egyptian bakery, and the container had Arabic all over it, and they were Egyptian pastries. I'm like, that's close.
Wait a minute. If you were to say that to your husband, your Egyptian husband,
he's out of town, I'm guessing.
So that's close, and there's Arabic on it. So you set that on the table, and it'll look
it'll fool 'em.
authentic.
Yeah.
So we go to the country fair and
The country fair.
the country fair, and come back, and Joe stayed with the little kids at home while I took Festus to the country fair, and Joe said, "What happened to
the pastries
the
that I was so looking
pastries?"
forward to eating?
And I said, well, he didn't have any food for his display, and so we took those, and I thought because it had Arabic on it that it would look. And he said, the Arabic that they speak in Egypt is not the same as in Iraq. It's like
Really?
that would be like if you took,
Yeah.
pastries from
Let's take some
Spain
French pastries to a
and-
Mexico
yeah.
country. Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, they didn't know. Nobody knew. It's Arabic. They don't know what.
Did they not know?
Nobody said anything.
Nobody
Of course
said
they
it.
didn't
No.
know. Yeah.
Was he angry at you? Did he get angry?
A little bit. It's like
Dr.
my
Sam
mother-
wants to talk about anger today.
It's like my mother brought these all the way back from Egypt for
me.
For me.
Did people eat them at the
They
fair?
did. They were gone.
Were they delicious?
They were really good. 'Cause
You
they-
don't know. You didn't try them.
No, I did.
Okay.
Before anybody else touched them, because then they've got germs on them. So I unwrapped them and tried one.
You have problems with germs?
Yeah.
Oh, like my friend Lindsay. That would be good for you next time we're on. We'll talk about
germs.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. Do you wear slippers at home? Or
Yes.
Will your feet touch the carpet?
No.
She
Oh.
won't walk
Oh.
She won't walk barefoot in a hotel room.
Really?
No.
No. How? And if you're out and about and you need to go to the toilet,
I try to wait.
Difficult.
Till you get home.
Mm-hmm.
Difficult.
Unbelievable.
And she's one of these people who opens the door to the bathroom with her elbow.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Flush with
The
your
whole
foot.
thing.
I'm no fool.
Do you use a straw when you're drinking at a restaurant?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she's bad.
James.
We're going to have a show on obsessive
no.
Let's do
compulsive
it.
That's
disorder,
not
I think.
obsessive compulsive. It's
Ah,
being
he's-
cautious.
It's
That's
Dr.
different.
Sam.
Cautious?
Yeah. You can argue with Dr. Sam.
Cautious.
I don't think you're going to argue with Dr. Sam.
Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 7:46. We got No. Hello, yeah, what?
Yeah. So participate.
We do have things that must go coming up in an hour.
Yeah, we're gonna announce the winner of the boner voting here in just a second. But remember,
Hello, yeah, what?
that's coming up right after we announce the winner.
You can call now.
So you can call now.
877-602-9696. This is the feature that the consultant wishes we wouldn't do. It's where you can call in and talk about anything you like. Now, there is one caveat with that.
Mhm.
You have to be interesting. There's a special little device in our phone program.
In the Telos VX system,
yeah.
Somehow the consultant installed some sort of software. It's an algorithm. It reads your phone call and determines whether you're interesting or not. Yes. And if you're not interesting, it will hang up on you. It's not us.
No, it just cut you off.
Yep.
So, but it's anything you want to talk about. Just make it interesting. You can call in and tell us about an event you're doing or whatever. Give you, it's free advertising if you want.
You can give us crap.
Yeah, you can tell us how bad we are. 877-602-9696.
Hello, yeah, what?
So here we go now, announcing the winner of today's boner voting, brought to you in part by a sandwich.
What kind of sandwich?
We'll get to it. It was a big, delicious sandwich.
Oh, it's involved.
Yeah.
Okay. And Haster Games, they have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, 6831 South State, and online at hastergames.com.
So boner candidate number one sounds like a medical emergency to me. A woman calling 911 repeatedly because she was thirsty, needed a beer. It's a medical emergency. Boner candidate number two, I bet we could drive this car underwater. Into Lake Havasu they did, on a bet to see. One guy said, no, you won't be able to go very far. And they go, no, I could drive this car right in the water. Well, it didn't work very well. And then the cops came, and then it was discovered that one of the men had a bench warrant out on him. And then boner candidate number three, the sexual harassment trio. Davis County deputies, nicknamed the sexual harassment trio, have been disciplined for relentless advances toward young female colleagues. Michael won the boner T-shirt, and the winner today, boner candidate number three, the sexual harassment trio.
There you go. That's your winner of round one. It is now a contestant to be boner of the day. It'll go up against the winner of round two. We do that at 8:20 with 3 new candidates. You vote then. We send both candidates, both winners, into the Boner Dome for Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when you decide boner of the day.
Okay.
Now, here we go.
Hello, yeah, what?
This is the feature that they don't want us to do, but we persist.
They said, but people call them, they're not interesting. And we said, I bet they can be interesting. And they said, well, if they're not, we're going to hang up on them.
So 877-602-9696. Call us, tell us. You can praise us. Say you think we'll let you go on and on and praise us. You can call up and tell us how much we stink.
You can ask us questions about anything, really.
Absolutely, any kind of question. Or you can plug an event you're doing. Doesn't matter.
877-602-9696.
Hello, yeah, what?
All right, let's go and start with Vinny.
Hello, yeah, what?
Vinny, please.
What's going on, guys?
What do you got for us?
I'm a huge fan. Just want to say thank you for letting me listen.
You're welcome.
Gina, I've had a huge crush on you for a long time, so you did not wreck the show.
Phew.
Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
So I just had a question for you guys. There's a rumor going around that the proceeds from that Bad Wolves cover that they did for Dolores from the Cranberries,
Okay.
that the proceeds go to her kids. Is that true or false?
Let me look.
Gina's middle name is Google.
Yes.
It's Gina Google Barberi. And so she's looking to see if that's the case.
Have you heard this?
I have not.
This is a band called Bad Wolves, and they
love the song.
they redid Zombie, the Cranberries.
Oh, let's listen to a little of it here.
Because she died, and
Right, yeah. Which Gina thought nobody cared about. It turned out everybody cared about.
Now that's an exaggeration.
Oh, no, absolutely not an exaggeration. I think your exact words, I have a hard time believing anybody cares about this.
Oh, let's see. As far as I can tell, Vinny, this is a real thing.
It is true.
They are donating money?
Yeah, they were interviewed by Billboard, and they are donating. Let's see. We're deeply saddened by the sudden loss of Dolores and by the fact she's leaving behind 3 children, so we are donating the proceeds from this song to her kids. It's such a powerful song, and the themes are so relevant, we want to release it to her memory.
Oh,
wow.
So
there you go, Vinny.
That's awesome. I really appreciate that.
This is the
Thank
song.
you for
Hang on.
doing that.
Hang on for a second.
Hang on, Vinny. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good song, and that, in my opinion, it makes it even that much better.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That they would do
Honestly,
that.
yeah.
maybe we should play it for the potty break song.
Oh, maybe we will.
Thank you, Vinny.
There you go. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Vinny. All right, so let's continue this feature that we're told not to do.
Judy?
It's let's see. Hang on.
Hello, yeah, what?
Judy.
And this is Judy.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Thank you for letting me listen.
You're welcome. What's up?
I want to tell you about a little mom and pop pharmacy, little small business out on Redwood Road. Can I say their name?
Sure.
Their name is Olive Pharmacy.
Olive
And
Pharmacy.
rather olive, like in the olive.
Mhm.
And
Like,
Thanks for-
olive, like
Oh, like
olives.
olives.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that
Oh.
example.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks.
that. Yes.
Oh, like
You mean,
olive.
you mean like olives? Okay.
Like olive.
Yeah.
So, and they're, rather than a mom and pop, they are 2 brothers from the Middle East.
Uh-huh.
And they're just the best guys, and they're honest, and they give people, if you don't have enough money, they back you up. I mean, they're just really a great pharmacy, and nobody really knows about them, and they're really struggling because of some contracts. You know,
Yeah.
it's it's hard when you're a small business.
Yeah. Well,
So I wanted to give them.
Well, that's
which
nice
part
of
of
you.
which part of Redwood Road are they on, north or south?
They're about 2300 south.
2300 South,
Okay.
Redwood. All right,
Uh-huh.
thanks. The Olive Pharmacy.
Thank you, Judy.
That's right. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
there we go.
That's kind of. I'd be interested to find out more about that.
Let's go to Quinn.
Hello, yeah, what?
Quinn, what have you got for us?
So basically, a little while ago, you guys talked about how
Quinn?
Swedish meat.
Quinn, your phone is not
Quinn,
good.
you're underwater.
Is there something you can do to sound better?
I'm sorry. Is this better?
Yes.
All right.
So basically, a little while ago, you guys talked about how Swedish meatballs are actually Turkish meatballs.
Yeah, Turkish, yes.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't even Turkish meatballs because at that time, the Turkish people who invaded Turkey hadn't even invaded yet. So they would be like Greek or Anatolian.
So maybe they're
like
you say maybe they're Greek meatballs. Hmm.
Or Anatolian.
Well, this is fascinating, Quinn.
We're doing a deep meatball dive.
Meatball deep dive.
How's the algorithm working there, Kerry?
It's actually working.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Thank you.
Quinn.
Back in, they invaded in like 1100, and you guys said it was found in 700.
Okay. All right, Quinn. Thank you for calling. I'm glad he's considered this.
Yeah, so we're wrong about history and meatballs. Yeah. All right, that's just good to know.
I didn't learn a lot of meatball history in
We
school,
should.
so yeah.
Becca.
Hello, yeah, what?
What can we do for you, Becca?
Hello. Thanks for letting me listen.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know I am a volunteer for an amazing foundation called the Mascot Miracles Foundation. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it.
No, what is that?
So they create memories for kids with serious life-threatening or terminal illnesses who may not make it from month to month.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually have pro mascots from across the state. Any mascot you can pretty much think of.
Richie?
Even the
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
mean the jazz bear or the lion or the what's the Dalmatian dog?
That's
he's not around.
He's not
anymore?
around any. No, he was put to sleep.
Swoop. It could be
Put
Swoop.
down. Swoop. School mascots.
That's
Wally the tiger down at BYU. Is that it?
Wally?
Isn't he Wally?
yeah.
Isn't his
you
name?
nailed it.
Would you like to give people some information on where they could help out?
Yes. So we are actually having a huge event. It's our second biggest fundraiser, May 19th. It's out at the Maverick Center, and we are having a bike ride and a car show. And it's $35 if you want to participate in the bike ride, and you can go on to www.mascotmiraclesfoundation.org to sign up. And then we're having a block party with all of the mascots that's free to the public.
All of the mascot? Who's all of the mascot?
This is the one for the pharmacy.
Oh.
I mean, we have Felix the Falcon, Flex.
Have you got Stingy the bee from the bees?
Stingy?
I think his name is Stingy.
Bumble.
Oh, Bumble. That's right.
He's very clumsy.
Maybe he's going by Stingy these days.
No.
He doesn't like you to point out his clumsiness. It's embarrassing.
Yeah,
Bumble.
he's a little insecure about that.
Yeah.
So.
Becca, this sounds like a great organization. And again, the website is, what is it, miraclemascot.org?
It's miraclemascotsfoundation.org.
Okay.
All right.
And
Thanks,
you can
Becca.
go on there and donate.
Okay.
So thank you guys so much and hope to see everybody at the Maverick Center.
thank
on
you.
Lovely. Thanks, Becca.
Hello, yeah, what continues? 877-602-9696. Not a lot of traffic to deal with this morning. Crash westbound Shepherd Lane at the ramps to go southbound US 89. Multiple vehicles involved in that. A couple friends of the program sending that in as well. They did that via text 33986. You know that guy texting and driving in the car next to you? Don't be that guy. Just a friendly suggestion from your friends at Everest Collision. Download the Everest Collision app responsibly.
Coming up in Hello, Yeah, What?
Hello, yeah, what?
I see on the line, Becky has called, and it's the story of her missing aunt and uncle.
Oh.
That we've kind of been following. Her aunt and uncle who had a little place down in Arizona, and they've gone missing, and foul play is suspected. So she's on the line, and we'll talk about that coming up in Hello, Yeah, What?
All right.
Let's see. We have to do something here, don't we?
SaltLakeFilmSociety.org.
I'm a member of the Red Carpet Club.
It is a great thing to do because it supports this nonprofit organization, the Salt Lake Film Society. It's like we're lucky here. We have a symphony, we have an opera, we have ballet company here in town, two fine modern dance companies, all kinds of theater, and we have this independent, wonderful film organization, the Salt Lake Film Society. They provide a venue for independent and documentary films. Plus, they do all kinds of workshops and other events surrounding film, and they're just terrific.
They bring movies to town that you probably wouldn't get if you left it up to big movie theater chains.
We went to see The Death of Stalin at the Broadway the other day. That was a great movie for me. My wife didn't care for it that much, but I loved it. And that's the kind of stuff you'll get at the Salt Lake Film Society. So become a member or just go to their website and check it out. They have schedules there, slfs.org.
Oh, we could send you to a couple of bands in concert. Hell, we could even send you to a festival to see a bunch of bands. But
Recently on the Rachel Ray Show, she's promoting her new fragrance, which she calls Fancy. It's $85. She sprayed some in the air and then started naming all the benefits. The main one was that it allows you to fart and nobody can smell it.
That's a selling point?
That's what she said. She said if you're in an elevator and you're wearing this perfume.
She's a classy one.
do they have a guy's version? Because, boy, I tell you, I'm holding...
You want to wear something called Fancy?
I'm holding one back right now, and I don't
Do you
want to...
need a moment?
I don't want to
No,
hurt
don't-
you guys.
no,
Go
no.
ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Go on.
Why?
Do it.
Go
do
outside.
it. Come on,
Don't.
chicken. Come on, do it.
Don't.
Do it.
Not chicken. I'm just not sure you really want
Do
that.
it.
Why do you want him to do that?
Do it. I don't believe him. I don't believe he's holding one.
I believe
and
he
I don't-
always has one ready.
And I don't
I
believe.
believe he
Just
can...
put the microphone down.
Don't do it. I'll leave the room.
There. And I don't believe it's going to be as bad as you say.
What, you weren't serious?
That's the lowest we have ever sung on the radio.
And I didn't even go all the way.
Oh, man.
There's more.
That's dangerous. Yeah, he did. I made him. I made him.
You know how I am with peer pressure. Here, Carrie, have a drink. Here, Carrie, fart. Pull my finger. Listen, it started when I was a kid. It started when I was a kid. My dad used to make me pull his finger.
He did. I don't smell anything. Seems fine.
It'll circulate.
Will it?
Yeah.
Okay,
It'll come around.
maybe we'd better take a break.
I haven't been eating much meat lately, so.
Oh, jeez. Well,
For someone that just
that was really
tuned into
good.
this show for the first time,
I know,
just
they would-
now,
We don't usually do that.
We've lost them forever.
Usually, we're
You think? You don't think that they could forgive us just this one?
I can't forgive you.
Now, long-time listeners of the Radio from Hell show, if you'd like to call us now.
Listen, I was goaded into it.
I did.
Hope
I
you're
pushed
both
him.
happy.
He was calling me names. He was pointing at me.
I pushed him. It's a good thing there wasn't a cliff.
I'm glad we don't have a sponsor for the boner right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll ever have
Nope.
one either after that. Oh, my God.
He made me. All right. Uh-oh.
Weather?
Somebody just texted and says, well, that's why you guys have a new three-year contract.
And Sue just texted in, I am so proud to be your wife
Your bags
right now.
are on the porch.
I also just got a texter that says, I can smell it from here.
It really is bad.
Is it?
Well, I've been holding it all morning. I haven't had a chance to leave.
I know what that's like.
I figured I'd be fine until, at 10.
Yeah.
It really started to kink up, and then you talked about that perfume.
Oh, God, I can't believe you did that.
Now, listen, how do you guys know it wasn't just a recording of a fart?
It wasn't. He put the
Shut up.
microphone down.
Shut up. It could have just been a recording of a fart. You don't know.
You don't, but I'm here to tell you it wasn't.
Well, see, these guys are selling it. They're acting.
Nope. That was real.
Oh, man.
Great.
Oh, wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Don't!
Yeah, it was real.
Told you.
Yeah.
Thought you were going to do it
No.
All right.
I don't have one, or I might.
Is it like yawning? It just, once somebody does it,
no.
everybody
It's
just
contagious.
No,
just
I
jumps
got.
in and...
No.
Okay, all right.
Utah. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but, I mean, come on. We'll take what we can get. X96.
Hello, yeah, what continues? 877-602-9696, and it's brought to you by New Dwello. Upon qualification, buy a new home with New Dwello's Gift of Equity program. A gift could mean up to $8,740 for the purchase of a new home. Text the word money to 62687.
Hello, yeah, what?
Let's continue then.
All right, 877-602-9696. The lines are full, but we'll free one up here in a second. And Becky, we'll get to you in just a second. Talk about your missing aunt and uncle.
The computer has decided we will speak to Matt.
Hello, yeah, what?
Matt, hi, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Great.
Thanks for letting me listen.
You're welcome.
I've been a big fan since about the mid-early 90s. I love you guys.
Thank you.
I was actually calling because I have a home business that I'd like to plug if you're cool with that.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it depends.
So,
I mean, you're not
you're not a pimp, or...
you're not illegally selling drugs out of your basement. I grow mushrooms,
not that I'm
man.
aware of. I guess I could double check. But
so no, what do you do?
I was going to say I work a day job in IT, and I decided to start doing some in-home work, and I've worked for some other companies, and I decided to do some on my own, and I call it Tech Handyman. And I can come over and mount TVs, and I fix, your internet connection, your router setup, all the different, things IT things that people don't want to worry about.
That is confusing to some people.
I hate it.
Fortunately, my wife knows how to do all of that stuff. She's tech handy as well, but there are people who just don't know how to get it working right. And yes, that's a good idea. So how do people find you?
Well, and on Facebook, Tech Handyman 801. Just search for that, and it'll come up.
Tech Handyman 801.
All right.
All right.
Good luck.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All
See
right.
you.
Bye-bye. Had to jump out before the algorithm hung up on him. Becky is here.
Hello, yeah, what?
Becky, are you there?
I am. How are you guys?
Fine. Becky, tell the story briefly of your missing aunt and uncle, and then let's get an update on it, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So they live in West Jordan as their typical home. They have a place down in Littlefield, Arizona, which is right between St. George and Mesquite.
Okay.
So that tiny little chunk of Arizona is where they have their winter home.
Yeah.
So on January 11th, they went missing.
They went down to Arizona to that home and disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were down there for a few months over the holidays, and they were supposed to come back to Salt Lake. Didn't. And so the family went down, and there was no sign of them. But their dogs were there. There was food on the counter, drinks on the table. The TV was on.
Oh, jeez.
But they were not there.
So creepy.
Yeah, and so obviously at that point, the police get involved.
Mm-hmm.
They found evidence, and it's still being processed. The problem is it's literally between Utah and Nevada, that tiny little chunk.
Yeah. It's
So
where that house is on the bluff overlooking the river, that weird looking house.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the hard part is the state in charge of that is Arizona. The problem is Arizona is so far away, really, from what's happening that Nevada and Utah obviously would be better handling the situation.
Yeah. And I heard
so they
there's
have
some
brought the FBI in.
Oh.
Yeah, they have brought the FBI in for analysis on the evidence, and I've said this before to you guys. I've personally found evidence of foul play.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it stands now. There is a person of interest that has publicly been named, so I can say his name now. His name is David Myhaver.
And he's a neighbor, right?
He's the neighbor, And so they actually bought this house that they have in Littlefield out of foreclosure. This was 7 years ago. So when they went down for the first time, they bought it sight unseen.
Right.
When they went down, he was actually squatting in the house.
So they've had problems with him
They've had
ever
problems
since.
with him, yeah. He actually, and I can share all of this now. I'm glad I finally can. He actually shot my uncle with a BB gun last November.
Yeah, great.
His wife took the blame.
Oh.
She's a common law wife. She took the blame because he's a arms dealer.
Oh,
wow!
An arms dealer. Wow.
Problem is she works at the dispensary, so she can't have any arms.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so that adds like a whole other level of the situation.
Becky, we gotta go. Do you?
Yeah, you're good.
Do you
You're
feel?
good. But that's the update. I mean, we're still looking. We're still searching.
Okay.
I would love for everyone to go to the website. It's McFallsMystery.com.
Say it again.
Please just share McFallsMystery.com.
All right.
Okay.
Please just share, because really someone just needs to crack, because we know exactly what happened. We just need to figure out what happened.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Becky.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you, Becky.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Alec.
Hello, yeah, what?
Alec?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I just had a question to ask you.
Yeah.
What are your favorite hole-in-the-wall restaurants here in Salt Lake? Like, I don't like to eat at national chains or anything. I like to eat local.
Well, you want joints, or do you want really good restaurants?
Both, really.
For joints, there's a it's a chain, but it's only a little chain.
Mm-hmm.
Even Stevens is really good. They have really good sandwiches.
Yeah. T27.
That's what we were there last night.
Also, my favorite, the best fish taco I've ever had is at Lone Star Taqueria.
Were you in? So last night we're at T27.
Yes.
And Mohammed says we love Taqueria 27. He said, but we need to go. He's heard you talk about Lone Star for fish tacos. So
it's the best fish taco I've ever had.
Yeah, they are very good, but there's just that one little joint on what is it, 60 something?
It's on Fort Union.
And like in the 60s.
Can't remember.
But then Taqueria 27, and there are several locations of that now.
Again, it's another local.
That's a joint.
But they're really good.
Richie likes the soup kitchen. He wants you to.
I've never had a bad meal at Copper Onion.
Yeah, Copper Kitchen as well. Feldman's Deli is a good joint.
Yeah, Feldman's Deli.
Yeah.
Are you writing these down?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
All right.
Feldman's Deli. Let's see. Oh, and Current is if you like fish and oysters and stuff like that, Current is very good.
All right.
So how's that?
Go.
How's that?
That sounded great.
Okay.
Thanks, Alex.
Good. See ya.
The algorithm was about to kick in, I could tell. Lisa is checking.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Lisa.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. What can we do for you?
Hey, I just wanted to call and tell you guys about a Glisten event that we're doing tomorrow. Do you guys know what Glisten is?
No.
GLSEN. Glisten's a national organization. We're committed to addressing all the LGBTQ issues in schools and kind of bridging the gaps where we can. We work with the GSAs and the advisors. Utah doesn't have a chapter, so we're starting a chapter.
Okay.
There you go.
So where is the event and what time?
So the event is up at Weber State University in the Union Building, room 316, and it's tomorrow from 5 to 6. It's just a small one. We've reached out to the GSA advisors at different high schools, and then also Utah Pride, PFLAG, and stuff like that in Circle. But we just want to do this event to kind of start addressing issues that we can work on and address, but super excited to be starting the first chapter here in Utah.
There you go. Thank you very much. See you, Lisa.
Thank you.
I hope it's successful.
We need to do a giveaway.
Okay.
We should probably back out of Hello Yeah What now.
Yeah, we're done.
I can hear it.
Bonanza Campout returns to River's Edge in Heber June 22nd through the 24th, featuring 3 days of camping, art, music from Halsey, Fantagram, local natives, and more. Check out the full lineup and purchase your tickets in advance at bonanzacampout.com. This is also a qualifying prize for a summer of 324 bands, so I'm going to give you a keyword right now. You'll text that to 33986 to try to win the Bonanza Campout tickets, and then you'll be qualified for summer of 324 bands. The keyword is art. A-R-T, art.
Art!
Text it to 33986.
All right.
Crash the on-ramp southbound I-15 at milepost 265. That's Center Street in Provo. Crash on-ramp northbound I-15 90th South in Salt Lake. Crash southbound I-15 Layton Parkway in Davis County. That's off to the left shoulder. That's traffic. Del Taco's Carnitas are back for a limited time. Get 2 Carnitas combo burritos for just $5. Authentic Carnitas serve fast. It's unfreshing, believable price, and participation may vary.
Here are Boners Round 2 coming up. The titles are Boner Candidate number 1, The Zombies Made Me Do It. Boner Candidate number 2, Air, B, and Being Black in America. Excuse me, I read that wrong. Air, B, and Being Black in a White Neighborhood. That's what it is. And Boner Candidate number 3, Sorry, You're in Aurora.
All right. We've got round 2 of your boners, big boy news coming up all after these. Got to remind you, of course, that Sunday is Mother's Day. And why you've waited this long to do something about it is very disappointing to your mother and me.
Well, your mother doesn't have to know you haven't done anything yet.
Well, that's true. You could.
She knows.
You could save the day right now.
She knows.
You could pull your car over now and do this on your smartphone in your browser, or when you get to work, because I know you don't work at work. These are terrific, and ProFlowers wants you to know about this incredible deal. We're talking about a dozen. I want to make sure I get this right. 1 dozen assorted roses with free chocolates for $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Such an incredible deal. And you can fill out the little form. There's a little card that goes with it, so you can say, "Thanks for being mom. Mom, love your kid." You know.
Yeah.
Or your husband, or however you want to do this. It's terrific. You can pick the delivery dates. The flowers are guaranteed to last at least 7 days, and I've had them last a whole 3 weeks, and they just look terrific. So Mother's Day is this Sunday. Don't forget to show Mom how much she means to you. Send her 1 dozen assorted roses with free chocolates for $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Visit proflowers.com. Click on the blue microphone in the upper right-hand corner and use the code X96. That's how you get this deal. Proflowers.com and the code X96.
Listen to X96 at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m.
The best news that I received in New York, well, the best thing that I learned, okay, is that I never have to go on a cruise again.
Good news, everyone.
That's good.
Oh, I
Good
know why.
news, everyone.
I know why. Yeah.
Why?
We went out to Liberty Island, and this is the second time now that Sue has gotten seasick.
You go on a ferry out there.
Yeah. One time before is we took a cruise around the bay up in Seattle. She was just completely messed up the rest of that trip. And this time, it was our last day in New York. We went out, and she got seasick and was just miserable the rest of the day. So that is some great news. I never will have to go on a cruise. I've been on one. I'm not a cruise guy.
Yeah.
You know, you're
no matter
either
how old you get,
you are a cruise person or you're not a cruise person, and that's all there is to it.
I've never been on a cruise, but I'm worried I would get on a cruise and discover that I am not a cruise
My wife
person.
got quite seasick on a cruise. I think I would enjoy a cruise if it were the right one.
Well, now, see, that's the thing, is that a friend of mine, my friend next door, neighbor, Buckley, he came over and he said, there's this cruise that we go on every year in October that I think you'd have a lot of fun, and you and Sue should come with us. It's a Halloween cruise to Mexico, and people just get rip-roaring drunk, and they're running around in costumes. And I said, well, 2 things. I don't think so, because that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
I'm trapped on a boat with a bunch of lunkheads.
But there's booze.
And second of all...
That doesn't make everything better.
Yeah, believe it or not.
No.
Believe it or not. Because, there are just some people who drink I don't like to be around. Yeah. And I'll bet they're the same kind of people who like to dress up in Halloween costumes, I mean, imagine being locked in Port of Call on Halloween for 3 days.
Say no more.
See, the worst kind of cruise are those. I mean, do you want to go on a booze cruise? You don't.
You don't.
I'm telling you,
It sounds
you don't.
like a good idea.
You just don't want to. Those things that they label as booze cruises.
Didn't you guys go on one in Mexico?
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
We went in Hawaii.
And it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. But there's these small cruise companies that are real high end that I think it'd be kind of. Or I'd like to do. There are river cruises where they do cruise adventures on the great rivers of Europe and things like that. I think that'd be.
Now that'd be okay.
A cruise of the Rhine on a boat with maybe it's like 100 other people or something like that, with high-end gourmet meals, but they're expensive.
But I have been spared the hardship that is the cruise. Yeah. So thank you, Sue. Thank you, Sue, for being seasick, for being a landlubber. Thank you.
She doesn't have sea legs.
No sea legs.
Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 8:22 right now, and it is time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories presented to you that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. Now, you need to consider all 3 and decide which one is the worst. Boner means mistake, after all. Which one is the best example of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior? Which one should be a contestant to be boner of the day? Because if it wins here, it's just the winner of round 2. It has to defeat the winner of round 1, which we did last hour. We throw them both into the Boner Dome for Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when you decide boner of the day. So pick your contender for round 2 right now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
tickets to Real Salt Lake taking on DC United this Saturday, May 12th at Rio Tinto Stadium. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Purchase tickets at rsl.com.
All right, here we go. Boner candidate number 1, which is, one second, I have to take a sip of this Mill Creek coffee. There, that gets my mouth right.
Get your mouth right.
Got to get my mouth right before I do this. Number 1, zombies made me do it. A man accused of stealing a John Deere front-end loader and then using it to ram trailers and vehicles in a Walmart parking lot told the cops, "It's the end of the world and zombies are chasing me."
Well,
Sean Michael Stroud. Yeah, you know.
I identify with him.
Sean, I bet you do. Sean Michael Stroud of Kiln waived a preliminary hearing in justice court and remains in the county jail. A grand jury will decide whether he should be indicted and tried on 1 count of grand larceny and 2 counts of felony malicious mischief. Stroud is accused of stealing a front-end loader in the early morning hours from Gulf Recycling on Creosote Road. Police say he then drove it a short distance to the Walmart out there on US 49, where the mayhem ensued. When they arrested him, after he had hit 2 occupied vehicles in the parking lot, several utility trailers and 3 unoccupied vehicles. At the police station, Mr. Stroud was read his rights, and that's when he told them, "Well, okay, but I had to do it. Their zombies were chasing me."
I think they should let him go.
Boner candidate number 1, the zombies made me do it. There's no mention here of alcohol or drugs in that particular candidate either.
No, you don't always.
Maybe it's zombies.
It could just be crazy.
So here's boner candidate number 2. Airbnb black in a white neighborhood. You can probably guess where this one's going.
Yep.
It was an entirely routine moment. 4 people leaving the home that they had rented on Airbnb in Rialto, California.
Mm-hmm.
They loaded their suitcases into the car, but within minutes, several police cars had arrived and the group was being questioned as a helicopter flew overhead. A neighbor who didn't recognize them had reported a possible burglary. They were, in fact, 4 creative professionals in town for an event. Now, the 3 black people in the group are suing the Rialto Police Department, saying that they were unfairly treated in this encounter. Got surrounded by the police for being black in a white neighborhood. One of the guests, Donisha Pendergrast, a filmmaker and a granddaughter of Bob Marley, just coincidentally, wrote on Instagram, "I'm sad and irritated to see that fear is still the first place police officers go in their pursuit to serve and protect, to the point that protocol supersedes their ability to have any discernment."
Because if this is an Airbnb, there have been lots of people in and out of there that the neighbors didn't recognize. Did they call police on them?
No.
Probably not.
And the protocol is also what she's talking about when she mentions that. In most circumstances, the police would come, maybe 1 or 2 cars, and just say,
everything all right
"Hi,
here?"
who are you?
Yeah.
Is there somebody has reported this, but so we are, we have to check it out because someone called.
Yeah.
What is the situation? Not show up in force with helicopters and stuff like that, So that's a big part of the reason that they're suing. Boner candidate number 2, Airbnb and being black in a white neighborhood.
All right.
Coming up in a minute, Boner candidate number 3, sorry, you're in Aurora.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 2, coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo. Brought to you by
Bad Apple. You don't have to meet a creepy guy in a parking lot to get a great deal on a used smartphone. Bad Apple buys, sells, and trades refurbished tablets and phones. 10 locations. Go to badapplerepair.com.
Well, I'm sure you all felt it today. Everybody's probably feeling it. There's a calm in the universe, a calm, because finally Katy Perry sent an olive branch to Taylor Swift, and their lengthy feud has apparently been settled. We can all rest easy. There's not going to be any more gunplay. There's not going to be any more name calling. There's not going to be any more who he said, she said, they said, who said. The squad. So Taylor's squad is finally at peace with Katy Perry's gang.
Well, maybe everything else I think into place.
I think everything's fine now.
Okay.
Elon Musk is an interesting fellow, and he's now dating Grimes. Claire Boucher, she's a singer. Oh, okay. Grimes.
There's a picture at x96.com/live. I saw on Twitter somebody said, goth daddy-daughter dance photo.
Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Which is what it looks like.
Elon Musk and Grimes.
That is perfect.
They went to the Met Gala, and Claire Grimes was wearing a dress designed in the glass and bone aesthetic. Elon and Claire, or Grimes, created a sketch of it over dinner. Oh, so they designed it themselves and assembled a team of artisan designers to help them have it come to life. Musk and Grimes. Sounds like. And now the comedy stylings of Musk and Grimes. There it is. Well, so Donald Trump pulled this country out of the Iran nuclear deal. And the Washington Post decided they would do, no, it's not the failing Washington. It's the failing New York Times and the Lion Washington Post.
I can't keep track of the adjectives.
Anyway, they did a little fact check on his reasons for pulling out. The United States is one of 7 countries in the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action agreement started by President Obama's administration in 2015. Aside from Iran, the other countries in it are China, France, Germany, Russia, and Britain. It remains to be seen whether the Iran deal will hold together without the United States. So the Washington Post reviewed 6 of Trump's claims from his May 8th speech announcing decision to withdraw. Quote, in fact, the deal allowed Iran to continue enriching uranium and, over time, reach the brink of nuclear breakout. The agreement was so poorly negotiated that even if Iran fully complies, they would still be on the verge of a nuclear breakout. And even if we do nothing, we know exactly what will happen in a short period of time. The world's leading state sponsor of terror will be on the cusp of acquiring dangerous weapons.
No.
So he uses flexible wording, such as on the verge of. It's refreshing and more accurate. In 7 years, that deal will have expired, and Iran would be free to go ahead and create nuclear weapons. That is a fact. Not, they're on the verge right now. No, they're not. Also the deal, Trump alludes to the deal gradually lifting restrictions on types of nuclear activities and the level of uranium enrichment Iran can conduct. But those are all set 10, 15, 20, or 25 years.
Now it's today.
Yeah, well, it remains to be seen whether they'll do it. It says it gave the regime billions of dollars in actual cash, and it's an embarrassment to me as a citizen and the citizens of the United States. But no, Iran had billions of dollars in assets frozen here in the United States.
Their money.
It was their money.
Not our money.
No, we didn't give them our money.
No.
We released their money to them, and it had been tied up for many years because we have the power to go to the banks that hold that money and say, it just stays there. They can't withdraw it, and the banks have no choice but to comply. So there are many other things that he said in his speech yesterday which are just absolutely not true. A Utah man has died of his injuries in a house fire in Ogden, a house fire reportedly set by his girlfriend. Dennis Singleton, 66-year-old, removed from life support and died, according to the Ogden Police Department. He lived at the apartment with his 56-year-old girlfriend, Crystalyn Thompson, who was arrested and charged with aggravated arson, a first-degree felony, according to the police. And now, I would think, after his death, she may be charged with murder. This is an odd story I saw in the Tribune today. Guy named Travis Lee Bailey. If you search, it'll lead to Amazon.com, where he's described as a book author who, after smuggling secrets from the United States Strategic Command into Russia, is currently working toward Russian political asylum. He still, though, even with that, managed to land a job last month at the Utah Department of Technology Services. And he says he used it to find and send sensitive documents to Russia.
What? Really?
Yeah. It's a gold mine, he said. The security here is an absolute joke. It's an absolute horrendous joke, he told the Salt Lake Tribune. But the signs are, according to the Tribune, he's not really a spy. After all, it would be unusual for a real spy to call a newspaper and talk about the security at the Utah state government.
Doesn't make sense.
He also sent the Tribune some of the documents he says that he got and sent to Russia. Most of it was photos of items on a bulletin board, including notices of minimum wage requirements and family leave descriptions, also a manual about emergency evacuation procedures at the state capitol. So what is the story here? Well, a spokesman for the department says that Bailey was hired as an administrative secretary and had really no access to any information. So what is he doing?
So this sounds like a non-story. Why is this a story?
Because it's interesting. He's nutty. He's claiming to be a spy, and it's a story too because why did they hire him though? That is kind of odd, because if you just did a little bit of a search, you would have seen that he claims to be a spy on this website where he's selling a book at Amazon.com. So anyway,
all right. Sports weather traffic.
Go Jet. Oh. Not go
Jets. No.
They went to Houston, but here's the good news.
The good news is they're not going to lose another game for several months.
Well, the good news is they're a good team, and finally, for the first time in years, there's something for us to be excited about and look forward to next season.
As a true fan, I've been excited for and looking forward to every season.
Utah Royals are home tonight, 7 p.m. Should be a great night for soccer out at Rio Tinto Stadium. They're playing Orlando Pride. There's still tickets available for that if you'd like to go and take the whole family. It's a good night to do it. 85 for a high. Could even be warmer than that, and we might break a record. High pollen count today. That's not brain fluid leaking out of your face. It's your allergies. Traffic, we've got a crash southbound 15 Layton Parkway. One car is facing sideways there. Let's see, we've got crash southbound I-15 Parish Lane in Davis County. Crash on-ramp southbound 15 at Center Street in Provo. Crash on-ramp at 90th South. That's going northbound I-15. Local teen Shelby Webb created Sugar Glider, a new comic book series featuring the band X Ambassadors. The comic addresses adolescent issues such as bullying, self-image, mental illness. Support the launch party Saturday, May 12th at 50 West Club in downtown Salt Lake. Tickets and information at Glider Comics. That's COMIX.com.
All right.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Sorry, you're in Aurora. A man identified as the son of Denver Mayor Michael Hancock is heard telling a police officer, caught on, I guess the police officer's video body cam. My dad is the mayor. You effing F. I can't say either of those words. He's saying this to a cop.
Okay.
Now, this is just a traffic stop. He's the son of Denver's mayor. The 20-second clip sent by an anonymous source to the Denver channel, a Denver TV channel, was published on Tuesday and reportedly recorded while Jordan Hancock was being ticketed for driving 65 miles an hour in a 40-mile zone. Guess what? I'm about to get you fired, you effing B blank 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 H.
Bitch.
Oh, yeah, it does end in H. That's right. You
can say that.
Yeah, I can say that. You effing bitch, the 22-year-old is saying to an Aurora cop. My dad is the mayor, you effing F. The officer responds, the mayor of Denver? Well, you're in Aurora. Boner candidate number 3, sorry, you're in Aurora.
All right, there you go. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, the zombies made me do it. That's why a man says he stole a front-end loader and started ramming cars at a Walmart parking lot. They got to secure those loaders out there on Creosote Road at that place.
Secure your load.
Boner candidate number 2, Airbnb black in a white neighborhood. A woman who said she saw some burglars. They were actually just black Airbnb guests. But they called the cops, and the cops showed up in force. And boner candidate number 3, sorry, you're in Aurora.
All right, here we go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which one of these 3 deserve to be the contender in round 2 to possibly become boner of the day? We throw the winners of round 1 and round 2 into the Boner Dome for Boner Fight. You decide boner of the day at 9:20. So pick your warrior here. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number. Put it in the message of a text. 33986 is the text number. You can call 877-602-9696. Festus will take your vote via voice. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says May 9 Boner Voting. Vote there. You've got 300 seconds to do it, so let's go. This is round 2.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding.
Spine. Spell it with me now. S-P-I-N-E. Spine. And now we'll use it in some dialogue featuring our 2 Utah men, LeVar and LeGrand. Elder LeGrand Ardun Jr. has called his friend LeVar with worries on his mind. Never fails. It's always during my favorite show. Yellow.
LeVar?
Yeah.
It's LeGrand.
LeGrand, how's it going?
I'm a worried man, LeVar. I don't know what to do. It's about Midge.
Well, how is the lovely Mrs. Dunn LeGrand?
Well, LeVar, she ain't herself these days.
What do you mean she ain't herself? Well, who is she then?
Well, she's Midge, but she's not Midge.
Huh?
Well, first off, she's been losing weight, LeVar. She may have knocked off close to 100 pounds. She had to go out and buy a whole new set of moo-moos. And they're designer moo-moos, too. The Don Ho collection.
Well, that is odd, LeGrand.
And she started to wear makeup again.
Huh?
She hasn't worn makeup since we got married, LeVar. A woman with 16 kids doesn't have any place wearing makeup, LeVar.
That is strange.
And it's not even New Skin or Mary Kay, LeVar. It's that kind of makeup that Claudia Schifter wears.
Anything else?
Well, she covered up the I Heart Family Home Evening bumper sticker on the back of the Suburban with one that says, "Mean people suck."
Something is definitely up, LeGrand.
I know. So, I've been kind of trying to track down her whereabouts to see what's up.
You mean you've been spying on Midge?
Well, I wouldn't call it spying exactly. Just keeping tabs, you know, like waiting down the street from the house and then following her car.
Spying. That's what that is, LeGrand. Spying. Well, did you find out anything?
Well, when she said she was going to Relief Society, I followed her, and she ended up at the Deseret Gym. I think she may be working out, LeVar.
Well, mayhaps she's just trying to get in shape and improve her quality of life. Mayhaps she's tired of being as big as a Winnebago.
She's the mother of all my 16 kids, LeVar. She's not supposed to improve her quality of life. Her role as my spiritual partner is to improve my quality of life.
You find out anything else when you was spying on her?
Well, yesterday I caught her waxing her legs and shaving her armpit hair.
The hell you say? We got big trouble, LeGrand. I'm going to jump in the truck and be right over. That is, if the truck will start. You know, she might be trying to become a feminist or something worse. She hasn't said anything about, taking night classes or the like, has she?
Well, no. What are we going to do, LeVar?
Well, we're going to keep spying on her, LeGrand. Let's just hope that we don't find out that she's going to the symphony or the ballet or nothing like that. Tell you what, though, if we do, you pack them kids up in that Suburban and you skedaddle out of there.
What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, we got things that must go in just a moment, but first we have to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you by...
In part
by a great grilled kind of sandwich that I made with the cheese and meats and sauerkraut on it.
And Real Salt Lake takes on DC United Saturday, May 12th at Rio Tinto Stadium. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Purchase tickets at rsl.com.
Mayonnaise and mustard. Mm-hmm. It was good. So we had boner candidate number 1, The Zombies Made Me Do It. That's a guy destroying cars in a Walmart parking lot by using a front end loader that he'd stolen from a construction company out there on Creosote Road. And he said when he was stopped and the cops arrested him, he said, well, I had no choice. The zombies were making me do it. And then there was boner candidate number 2, Airbnb in black in a white neighborhood. Well, I read more into that story, too. The black people who were renting an Airbnb, and this is in California, and a woman said she saw people robbing the house. And it was just these people, they were putting their suitcases in their car. Mm-hmm. They were going to leave. Cops show up in force. They said the cops didn't know what an Airbnb was.
What?
Yep. They said, we don't know what that. Keep your hands in the air. They detained them for 45 minutes.
Jeez.
Before they proved, and there were like 7 cop cars and a helicopter.
I don't know what Airbnb is.
So that's what the people were suing said. And boner candidate number 3, sorry, you're in Aurora. The mayor of Denver's son unleashing a hate-filled tirade over after being pulled over by a cop for speeding. If you remember when we went to Denver, you drive from the airport and you drive through Aurora into Denver proper. Mm-hmm. Aurora's kind of the big sprawling area. So he was in Aurora when the Aurora cops pulled him over, and that they made him know that fact. Let's see, the winner. It was a big fight between 2 and 3, and number 3 won.
Really?
Sorry, you're in Aurora.
Interesting. All right. Hey, I don't pick them, you do, and that's the one that you picked for round 2. That's your winner for round 2. It'll face off against the winner of round 1's boner voting. We'll throw them both into the Boner Dome. Boner fight happens at 9:20. That's when you decide boner of the day.
Things that must go, brought to you by Booze Teak. It's your Mother's Day gift emporium. Tea, chocolate, sassy cards, copper mugs, plus wine and cocktail accessories. You're the reason she drinks anyway. 315 East Broadway, 11-ish to 7, just steps from the wine store.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you. You're our dear friends of the program. You send them to us via email, radiofromhell@x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and perhaps these vexum things that are in your life could go. I have two of my own really quickly today. Number one thing that must go, when you're brushing your teeth and you realize that somehow there's a hair caught in the bristles of your electric toothbrush. So you're brushing your teeth and then you feel this thing, and there's a hair in the bristles. You have to stop and pull the hair out of there.
Always check it before I use it.
And well, no, you know, it's my hair is blonde, so I don't see my own hair in there. And then number two, people who stick out their tongues in photographs all the time. You know, stop it! Why is that a thing?
It shouldn't be.
Stop it. All right, this one from, if you'd like, you may use my name. Good morning, Lords. This will probably be the shortest list of things that must go from me. Number one, people who use their garage as storage.
Yeah.
I never understood why people do that. But now that I am married and my wife has 10 times more stuff than I do, God help me, I'm one of those people that uses their garage for storage. Geek Show says, hey, make mine a double, and ram tough. Sent from my iPhone. Zane, now that I'm married... Zane got married.
Congratulations.
Is that our Zane?
I think, yeah. Yeah.
Or another Zane.
Oh, way to go, Zane. No,
Right.
it's our Zane.
Okay.
It's our little Zane. This one, let's see, feel free to use my name. Sean Norris, Todd's Railroad podcast co-host. My thing that must go is UTA's irritatingly stupid name change to Transit District, Utah.
Yes.
Which has an estimated price tag of $50 million. Meanwhile, the state claims they don't have the funds necessary to expand service, such as building a front-runner-owned line between Pleasant View and Ogden, which has an estimated price tag of only $1 to $2 million taxpayer dollars. I'll get off my soapbox now, but I can't get over how stupid this whole deal is. And then finally, this one from Please Don't Use My Name. These things have been bugging me for more than they usually do. The fact that I truly believe Festus was Gina's son's real name must go. The cashier telling my daughter, if you're good, maybe your mom will buy it for you next time.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
I'm trying to show my daughter she doesn't always get something every time we go to the store. It's not helping. My coworker who uses the word wither as in whether you like it or not.
Weather?
Yeah. Well, I'll do it whether you like it or not. And holding my 2-year-old's hand and her counting down 3, 2, 1 and going limp, making it impossible for me to catch her, and the meltdown that followed when I did actually drop her and kneed her in the head. And finally, my husband trying to rap must go.
Oh,
Thanks for
always.
letting me listen.
Always.
All right. Carrie?
I got a few of my own, my wife and I, to start. Things that must go. Stinking up the great outdoors. In the Harmon's parking lot, we see a guy eating some food that he got at the Harmon's, like the salad bar or something, with his windows rolled up and the car running. This was yesterday.
It was hot yesterday. Oh, he had the air on.
He had the air on, but
roll down the window.
It was only 79 degrees and it was nice and breezy.
Or if it's
nice.
Harmon's, they get that you can sit
That's
in.
the other thing is you can go inside and they have that air-conditioned area where you can eat your food. All right. No excuse for that.
None.
I mean, I don't have kids to leave this earth to, but you might. You know, think about it. Other things that must go is the unicorn trend.
You're over the unicorns?
You know, you got your unicorn frappuccino, unicorn cake,
Yeah.
unicorn toast. Yeah. Have you seen that?
I haven't, but I can.
It's cream cheese that's different colors
Oh, geez.
smeared on the toast.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's got to go.
Yeah.
Phone updates that, you know, when you get the iOS, software update, it never fails. I have a text tone that's a Jawa, from Star Wars, and he says, "Ooh, teeny." Yeah. That's the tone I set.
Okay.
And it never fails. Whenever the iOS update comes, it resets it to ping.
Oh, and you got to go back and fix it?
Which sounds just like everybody else's, and I have to reset it and reset it and reset it.
Weird.
Also, things that must go is if I go to the counter and I ask you Do you have cauliflower rice?
Mm-hmm.
See, this means I've looked, and you don't have any. And maybe I should just say that from now on. I've looked, and you don't have any.
Well, because what do they say?
Because then what they do is they come around to where I looked, and they go, yeah, we're out.
Yeah.
They didn't trust your
No.
judgment.
I just need to be more specific and say, I've looked, you don't have any. Can you make me some more right now? The fact that I'm asking for cauliflower rice also must go. Also what must go is Target only having the slippers that I want during Christmas. That's just ridiculous.
The slippers that you want?
I wear house slippers, okay?
And what's so special about your house slippers?
It's just these specific kind of house slippers that I want, and they say that we only carry them at Christmas time.
That's terrible.
It is ridiculous. Anyway.
Are you wearing out your
Listen, old people need slippers 24/7, not just seasonally. Knock it off. All right.
They should just mucklucks.
Please don't use my name, things that must go. This is a series, a number series. 1, having to eat an undercooked chicken dinner very quickly before a coffee shop date so I could be on time. 2, dry heaving while at the said coffee shop date. 3, finding out the date is already married. 4, conversation at the date turning into a sales pitch. 5, confirmation that the date doesn't want to have an affair and wants to be faithful to the spouse. 6, fighting the urge to fall asleep while the date shows baby and promotional photos. 7, dates that end with an invitation to some sort of vague seminar. 8, being unable to turn the dry heaving, being unable to turn the dry heaving from earlier into vomiting so that this date never happens again. Thank you for letting me listen. Gina.
Just mine quickly. Do not take a bag of fast food onto an airplane. It smells up the whole airplane like your fast.
But they stopped serving food on the plane.
Well, there's plenty of options at the airport of things you can get that aren't stinky that you take.
So
on
like
the plane.
a wrap.
Yeah.
A sandwich.
A salad.
Just a cold wrap
something.
or
There's plenty.
Sure.
That don't stink.
Do not do that.
So you mean stinky food
Yes.
specifically? All right.
So no more of my brie and crackers?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. Go ahead. Use my name. It's Allie or Ollie. I'm going to go with Ollie. My thing that must go are college finals. Finals week is the single most stressful, anxiety-inducing week of my entire life, and I have to do it every semester. I find it ridiculous that a single test depends on whether I pass a class or not, even if I did well the rest of the semester. Wish me luck on my statistics final this morning. Well, good luck.
Good luck.
Let's see. My thing that must go is anyone who thinks that by having a cesarean section, it's an easy way out to birthing a child.
No.
This belief has recently been brought to my attention, and I'm appalled. Having a C-section, whether by choice or not, is major surgery. It takes a long time to recover. Thanks for letting me listen, Jessica. And let's see. Feel free to use my name. Okay, Mark.
Girl.
People who share their drama on the phone in public.
Yeah.
If you want to have a fight with your girlfriend, talk about your juvenile delinquent runaway kid, or bitch about how your parents won't pay for your trip to Tahiti, do it somewhere else besides the store or the restaurant, the train, so the rest of us don't have to hear about it. People who won't accept no for an answer when they tell them, I don't want to drink. I don't drink, period.
No?
Well, it's not because I'm a goody two-shoes or a prude. I have my reasons, and I'm not obligated to share them with you. But if I have to tell you more than once, you're going to get your head bitten off. Sounds like he needs a drink.
Man.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Things that must go.
8:56, you have traffic?
Crash southbound I-15 at 106 South off-ramp. It is on the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 329. This is up in Kaysville. That is also on the right shoulder. Another crash southbound I-15 Layton Parkway. Crash southbound I-15 Parish Lane. Davis County is having a bit of an issue this morning. Crash on-ramp southbound I-15 Center Street in Utah County. Crash at the on-ramp 90th South in Salt Lake. That's traffic. Get unlimited 1.5% cashback plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
All right. Thank you very much. Coming up, Corey's concert and community calendar. Also, Boner Fight. We'll find out who Boner of the Day is.
I'm excited.
And some other stuff happening as well. Okay. Brooklinen. I'm going to say this right because
Okay.
people are confused when I say it.
Okay.
It's easy to confuse because the couple, Vicky and Rich, are from Brooklyn, the city.
Oh, yeah.
But linen, sheets.
It's clever.
Brooklinen.
Yeah.
See, they named it after their city and what they're selling.
Got it.
These two, they got into business doing this because they wanted to be able to find luxury bedding at a more affordable price. They discovered that there are a lot of unnecessary markups when you buy bedding. Most bedding is marked up as much as 300%.
Wow.
And so they went in search of a supplier who could get this luxury bedding and make it underpriced. And it's really amazing stuff. You have to try these sheets today. Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've slept on. Brooklinen has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson, my last name, at brooklinen.com. Brooklinen is so confident they offer a risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee, a lifetime warranty on all of their sheets and comforters. The only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use the promo code Jackson, my last name, Jackson, at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com, and use the promo code Jackson. These are the best sheets ever.
Fox Tonight.
For answering our ad. Look, we've got a lot of other people to interview, so we'll just let you know, okay? Loser.
God, what a bunch of no-loads. I mean, we haven't had one single applicant that I'd even consider hiring. Why are they so bad?
I just think it shows you the quality of people who read the paper.
Yeah.
Losers, all of them.
I don't know. Maybe it's the way the ad is worded. How does it read?
I think I wrote it just the way we talked about. Look, here it is.
Okay.
Oh, listen. We need a new stalker. Do you think you have what it takes? If so, apply in person to Kerry and Bill, the Radio from Hell guys at X96. Previous stalking experience is not required. We will train. X96 is an equal opportunity employer.
That's pretty straightforward. Guess I'm just getting discouraged. I don't think we're ever going to find anybody to replace the old guy.
Well, now, we both agreed that no matter how much we liked him, it would just be stupid of us to wait for him to get out.
Oh, all right.
We're just going to have to keep looking.
Okay. Lori, send in the next applicant, please.
Oh, hello, boys.
Hello, Chunga. Send in the next applicant, will you? We're in a hurry.
No, you don't understand. I am the next applicant.
What? Oh my God, you're serious. You want to stalk us?
We.
You're not impressing us by speaking French.
No, I mean we want to stalk you. All 10 of my personalities, including Tina the lap dancer. Let's look at this logically, boys. I'm already on the payroll. I know your phone numbers and where you live. And I can gut and skin a rabbit in less than 2 minutes. And you guys probably don't know this, but I've seen both of you naked. Lots of times. And, well, I love you.
Hey, that wasn't bad. What do you think, Bill? He's creeping me out.
Well, let's try the phone test.
Okay.
All right, pretend that it's 3 a.m. There's a thunder and lightning storm going on. My phone rings. I pick it up, and it's you, Chunga. What do you say?
Hello, Bill. Want to go to a jazz game?
No! Doesn't work.
No.
Try again. Phone rings. Ring. I pick it up. It's you. What do you say, Chunga?
Bill, it's me, Chunga. Want to go over to Cummings and watch them hand-dip chocolates?
Not even scary. Not scary at all. I'm sorry, Chunga. You just don't have what it takes. Look, send in the next one, would you?
Oh, come on, you guys. I know you don't like all the other stalker candidates. They stink. Besides, there's only one guy left in the lobby, and it's Frank Layton wearing one of his wife's old moo-moos, and his face is smeared with red lipstick.
Red lipstick, huh? Well, I'll send him in.
Mr. Layton, the boys will see you now.
Hello, girls!
timeout, pay break.
Sorry.
Oh, man. I already went.
Just now.
Yeah, well, it feels good. So it's time for
It is time.
Corey's community and concert update. Corey, who was on the air here from 7 to whenever.
Unless Hall & Oates are in town.
Did you go?
I went, yes.
And?
I went to Hall & Oates.
Richie said it was great.
It was great. Train, wasn't excited about Train.
Not so.
Showed up late for that. We thought we'd miss the Train. The one train you want to miss. And then they bring out the guy from Train to do a couple songs, and it's like, and then, then they break out Rich Girl, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
So
good.
It was fun. Yeah, and it was fun.
So anyway, Corey, you're going to do the community and concert update now.
We are.
And I want you to tell us very succinctly and precisely
Yes.
who is the sponsor of the concert update.
It is brought to you by Live Nation. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay.
There'll be more later.
Yes.
Promise.
So what's
Promise.
what's going on in the world of Salt Lake?
Not so much tonight.
Okay.
Just, take it easy tonight.
Okay, I will.
Tomorrow, though, you have Music Meets Movies at Broovies.
Oh.
And they're going to be showing the Talking Heads Stop Making Sense.
That's
a good night.
I think it could be the best concert film.
See it on the big screen.
Amazing concert film. They're selling tickets at like 6:30 or so. So get there early and get your tickets. Get a good seat. You want to enjoy it?
Yes. And on the big screen, it's fabulous.
And the big
Get a
screen.
beer. Gotta
You
get
feel
a
like,
beer.
Gotta get a beer. You feel like being outside tomorrow night. They're kicking off the Rio Grande Concert Series at the Gateway. Now, this is free.
Okay.
They'll have, food trucks and stuff going on. Helio Sequence will be performing. A band from, I want to say, the 90s. Pretty chill band. Should be good, though.
There's beer there, too, if you
there's-
want beer.
Beer?
There is beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to be outside and have beer, go to the Gateway,
Okay.
inside Broovies, Thursday night. Friday, the 10th annual Rods, Hogs, and Rigs show at Maverick Center.
Say that again.
Rods,
Hogs,
and rigs.
So it'd
that's
be hot rods, be motorcycles, and what's a rig?
Like a semi.
Yeah,
like a big truck.
all of them.
A big rig, Bill.
No.
Huge rigs. But proceeds to that are going to go benefit some schools in West Valley. So good cause for that. Should be
All right.
pretty big. It's the 10th annual. So there's something to it. They're doing going this long. Saturday, Brew Stillery at Gallivan Center. A lot of local breweries and distilleries going to be at the Gallivan Center.
You made up a word there, and I wasn't
No.
sure what it was.
Slug Magazine made up a word, apparently.
So it's like distillery.
It's beer and spirits.
And spirits, yes.
Brew Stillery.
Brew Stillery.
Got it.
I'm
Now-
Brew Stillery.
Now, while this technically an all ages thing, really, like, what are you going to do there?
No, don't bring your kids.
What are you going to do?
Don't do that.
I don't drink.
now-
What are you going to do?
So other than drinking, what's the entertainment? I mean, that's enough for me, but
Well, there'll be, there'll be some food trucks and stuff there. There'll probably be some music and stuff
Okay.
going on. So
All right.
it'll be good. Good afternoon at the Gallivan Center. That evening, Hannibal Buress, the Cosby Slayer, will be at the complex.
at the complex.
The
huh?
complex, yeah. So that'll be good. Last time I saw Doug Stanhope there, and he brought out Roseanne Barr out of nowhere. I think this was a couple years ago.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, he stops the show and goes, I want to bring out a local comedian.
Which is
funny.
An up-and-comer.
Technically true.
Did
I
she
want
do
to give her a shot
Did she do some stand up?
for like 45 minutes.
Really?
It was really funny.
And
And,
she's she can be hilarious.
yeah, she was fantastic. So hopefully Hannibal Buress will give some up-and-comer a break as well during his show here in town. Sunday, the Utah Bird Festival at Tracy Aviary.
Birds.
I walk by there all the time, and I think I haven't been in there for like 5 years.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
You
that's
So I
great.
know. I want to go
That's
in.
fun.
I like
You
birds.
should. Pretty
It's very
cool.
nice.
It's a nice walkthrough,
Yeah. Dave and Buster's grand opening is at the Gateway on Monday.
On Monday.
That place is huge. I was walking.
I'm going to a
big.
media event there tomorrow.
You doing that tomorrow?
Yeah, so they want to show it to us media types so we can tell folks about
The
it.
inside scoop.
You're a media?
Us media
You're a
types?
media?
I'm a media type. Why am I not going?
I don't know.
You were invited. We all were invited.
Oh, we were?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, I'm
And-
not going.
And on Tuesday night,
Yeah?
a man who we thought at one point might have been the Yorkshire Ripper.
Yeah, we were just looking this up. So it's Peter Hook. It said the most recent thing I have about him said is he has a band called he's Peter Hook and the Light, but I don't know if is he calling himself?
Peter Hook and the Light.
Okay, so from New Order, Joy Division, he's the founder of Joy Division along with Ian Curtis.
Sure.
Joy Division and New Order. But I was reading about him when he was touring with Joy Division. They were making stops around England. The band was, and there was also a series of murders occurring in those same towns done by a guy that was calling himself the Yorkshire Ripper. And they actually questioned Peter Hook and arrested the drummer because they thought they might be, performing music and then going out and murdering people.
Back then, it was still known as devil's music.
That's
obviously,
true.
as my grandmother would remind us.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it's a better story if it's him.
It's a much
Yeah,
better
but
story.
it wasn't him.
No, it ended up being a guy named Peter Sutcliffe.
Another Peter.
Mm-hmm. This is, I love Joy Division. Man.
No, this is New Order.
Is this New Order?
Age of Consent. It's my favorite New Order song.
Yes.
So where is he?
So he'll be at Metro Music Hall.
Oh,
Could be a good venue for that.
Where is that?
So that is over by, if you hit the complex and you keep going west a little bit, and then you make a right, and then you make a left, right there. It's right there.
Metro Music
Don't
Hall.
worry.
Okay.
Siri will find it for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, just ask Siri. So that's it right there. It's brought to you today by Live Nation, presenting Andrew McMahon live at the Depot on May 22nd. The show was originally scheduled for the complex, and all tickets purchased will be honored. Limited tickets left. Get yours now at smithtix.com. The show is all ages.
All right.
Now remember, you can get all that information if you text the word events to 33986, and it's also all available on our website, x96.com. That will tell us apart.
Do my Ian Curtis dance.
Oh, this is not the original.
This is New Order's version.
Yeah.
I like the original better. No.
Oh, you want the
Do we have the original?
I do, but I don't have it handy.
Tui on the remake.
All right.
Oh,
Thank
you
you.
skipped Pink tonight, Corey. What do you have against Pink?
I don't. I just,
Is it sold out?
I felt like it might have been.
It feels like
you
it was
don't
sold out.
care.
Is it
I
the
get
Vivint?
it. Yeah, of course. It's Pink. Give
I
her
thought-
her the biggest venue we have.
I thought the Jazz were playing tonight.
Oh.
Did I miss that? I was at Hall & Oates. Did I miss something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Sorry.
Mm.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back. We've got boner fights. You'll find out who boner. Well, you'll help decide who is boner of the day coming up. But before that, we'll give you a little bit of news. Stand by for all of that. Sunday is Mother's Day. That means I got to remind you about Sherry's Berries. And, I've been telling you about this deal all week. Time is running out on this deal.
It is?
It expires Friday at midnight.
Oh, okay.
So you've got to move on this deal. And, of course, I'm talking about Sherry's Berries starting at $19.99 plus shipping and handling, and you can double the berries for $10 more. So this deal runs out Friday at midnight. So you might want to jump on this.
They have truffles. They have cake pops.
They got all kinds of great stuff there. I love a good cake pop. But you can choose the delivery date. It's guaranteed. Customer satisfaction is always number one, or your money back. And these big, fresh, juicy strawberries, careful eating them. The juice just drips down your chin. So the only way to get this amazing deal for Mom, freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99 plus shipping and handling. And double the berries for $10 more. This deal expires Friday at midnight. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 13th, so go to berries.com. That's BERRIES.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner and enter the code X96. That's berries.com and the code X96.
Hey kids, it's John Smith here to let you know that every single weekday following Radio from Hell, I will be in studio to kick off a full hour non-stop wingding.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they pursue leads given them by Zone Leader Hansen. This episode finds elders Christiansen and Jensen trying to catch up to a rather well-known starship.
Captain, scanners show 2 small one-man craft closing fast.
Captain, they're hailing us.
Analysis, Mr. Spock.
Readings coming in now, sir. 2 single-occupant warp-capable 10-speed bikes.
Spock, enough with the details. Who are they?
There is a 99.7% probability they are LDS missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, go to red alert. Evasive maneuvers. Arm photon torpedoes.
Aye, Captain.
No good, Captain. They're still closing in on us. Mr. Sulu, ready phasers.
Phasers ready, sir.
Damn it, Jim. Don't you think that Starfleet would disapprove of you blasting away at unarmed missionaries?
As much as I hate to agree with the so-called doctor, I believe his logic is sound on this matter.
Oh, bite me, you pointy-eared half-breed.
Bones, that's enough. Report, Mr. Sulu.
While you and the others were bickering about our strategy, we were boarded by the missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, where are they now?
Turbo lift number 7 en route to the bridge.
Hi, my name is Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We're here to ask you if you've ever heard of our church, and if so, would you like to know more?
Spock, what does the computer have on these Mormons?
Fascinating, Captain. Church founded in the 19th century, has grown steadily since, preach a belief system involving an eternal afterlife, and encourage their members to abstain from drugs, including caffeine, gambling, and sex outside of marriage.
Elder Christiansen, is this accurate?
Yep, the pointy-eared half-breed is fairly accurate.
No sex outside of marriage. My God, how barbaric. We wouldn't be able to fill an entire hour of TV time if I didn't stop to have sex with green, large-breasted women with blue hair every week.
It would cause some difficulties for the riders, Captain.
Spock, see if you can sneak around behind them and use the Vulcan nerve pinch on them.
Excuse me, elders, but you seem to have some lint on the shoulders of your dark suits. Let me be of assistance.
Quick, put them on their bikes and beam them into deep space.
Could this be the end of our elders? Would Starfleet really frown upon firing photon torpedoes at missionaries? Why was Dr. McCoy always hanging out on the bridge when he should have been in sickbay? Find out the answers to these and other questions on the next nerve-pinching episode of Space Elders!
With Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, we got Boner Fight coming up in a bit, but first, a pretty reasonable amount of news, I'd say. Brought to you by
Brand new concept called Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, now open in Riverdale, just east of the Home Depot on Riverdale Road. Get an unbelievable haircut, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment for just $12. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week.
Well, I think we mentioned this, or I don't know if we talked about it off the air, but the John Oliver show last week tonight, he made a name for himself, of course, John Oliver did, by having a very exciting show, really. His show is very interesting, very exciting. He's also done some really clever things, like he published a children's book about a gay bunny because Mike Pence has a bunny for a pet.
Well, and because they published a book. They're two books that came out at the same time.
Oliver started a church, his own church, religious.
To prove that anybody could do it and you can get tax breaks because of it.
And now this one, kind of interesting. He revealed, John Oliver revealed that he had bought several items from the Australian actor Russell Crowe's divorce auction. So we've talked about the divorce auction. Said he bought this giant, this big jockstrap
codpiece kind of
codpiece thing that Russell Crowe wore in Gladiator, and he bought a couple of other things. Well, after he talked about that, Russell Crowe decided he would honor John Oliver.
And Oliver sent those to one of the last Blockbuster videos in Alaska.
Oh, that's right.
That was the whole gag, is that, he was
to
sending
put them
it up
on
there.
display?
Put them on display at Blockbuster in Alaska, and he did.
Yeah, there was a story. I saw a story about that. I think there were 2 Blockbusters left in the country, and one in Alaska, but they were going to close that one down, I think. Anyway, so Russell Crowe decided he'd do something for John Oliver.
Okay.
He got a award at a zoo in Australia named the John Oliver Koala Chlamydia Award.
You laugh.
So, now,
chlamydia is a problem with koalas.
It is sad. Koala populations in Queensland have, at least half of them are infected with chlamydia. Chlamydia causes conjunctivitis, which can lead to blindness, urinary tract infections, and of the reproductive organs, and lead to female infertility, just like it does in humans.
Monogamous.
Well, you
koala?
you can treat it with antibiotics, and it does help them. Although they say now it's starting to destroy their gut flora, as they say, and it puts them off their feed, which they don't. I think all they eat is eucalyptus leaves. So, but they can.
It's a problem.
They can clear up the chlamydia, but then the koalas go back into the wild and they have sex again, and they're not. It's it's apparently horrible. It's decimating the population. The Australian government has classified koalas as a vulnerable species.
So it's now the John Oliver.
Yeah, so they are trying to find a cure, and there's a big sign now at the at this place at the zoo. It says the John Oliver.
My guess is John Oliver just loves
he's thrilled.
this.
Well, what he did on his show, you didn't watch it. He said, "That's it. I can think of no greater honor. We are done." And he started dismantling the set and taking props from previous shows. Came the smoking cowboy thing came walking through, and he said, "That's it. We're taking the set down. We're done."
Yeah, I don't know where you go.
We
from
could
there.
never do anything to top this. Thank you, Russell Crowe. I am done. It was hilarious. People were worried though, because he did say this will be it. I can't. It's not done.
He followed through with the joke.
Yeah. It's not done.
Yeah.
He's got
He's
got 2 more shows this season, I think, and committed to another at least 3 seasons of Last Week Tonight. Donald Trump has announced that he's totally responsible for the release of 3 American captives that have been held in North Korea.
He's totally responsible.
100%.
100%. I've taken care of this for, as I said.
You're welcome.
It is a remarkable thing. It seems to signify that Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, is in fact serious about coming to some kind of cooperation with South Korea and perhaps the United States as well.
It's all about money.
Yeah. It's they can't continue to, that country can't continue to survive being squeezed like they are by the United States, by China, by most countries in the world. Michael Cohen, the so-called attorney for Donald Trump, also had a consulting firm. And apparently that consulting firm received $500,000 from a firm that's tied to Russian oligarch.
Says who?
The payments were first reported by porn actress Stormy Daniels, who's working she's working harder now than she ever worked in porn, trying to bring that house down.
Wrong.
Her attorney, Michael Avenatti, said Tuesday his legal firm had uncovered the transactions. The New York Times later reported on the payments based on interviews and an internal review of financial records. This is a firm that has ties to or is owned by Russian oligarch. And what is a Russian oligarch? It's a tycoon, essentially.
Or a gangster.
Yeah. Or you could say
Depending
gangster.
on how you look
and
at
you
it.
could say some tycoons are gangsters, And this story, Sylvia Bloom, she died at the age of 96 in 2016. And her niece at that moment experienced an oh my God realization. She said, I realized that she had millions of dollars, and she never said a word about it. That's Jane Lokshin, who is the executor of Ms. Bloom's estate. She had $9 million.
That's a lot of $1 million.
A surprising amount to amass considering she was a legal secretary for 70 years, and an amount that has allowed her to join the ranks of unassuming and magnanimous millionaires next door who have died with fortunes far larger than their lifestyle. Apparently, she lived exceptionally frugally.
She didn't have to. Why'd she do that?
Well, that's the way she got the money, Gina. She didn't just magically have the $9 million. She lived in a very small house. She never bought anything for herself. She always rode the bus to work. She lived in a rent-controlled apartment. She dressed modestly, and she socked her money away.
For what?
Well...
Did she ask it to be left to anything in
let's see. The bulk of her money... Bloom's riches came to light when her will revealed she was donating more than $8 million to scholarship funds that help disadvantaged students attend college. Her relatives didn't know this. So they they go to the lawyer's office, and the lawyer says, okay, you're the executor of the estate. And they're thinking, well, there's, maybe a few $1,000s that she saved. And then the lawyer says, so here's the first part of the will. $8 million is going to go to a staff. And they all went, what?
What a who?
What?
Instead of what a hat?
Huh?
You have what?
Now, the family does get some of that millions, but most of it's going to a good cause.
All right. Nice.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, this is the winner from round one, slugging it out with the winner from round two. Not sure how hard a fight this will be today. We'll see. The winner from round one, the sexual harassment trio.
Yeah.
Deputies in Davis County who were nicknamed by people in the Davis County Sheriff's Office the sexual harassment trio because they were relentless in their advances toward young female colleagues. Okay,
and we've got messages from friends of the program.
Who knew them, or one of them,
who
anyway.
said, I went through the police academy with one of these guys, and I can say that sadly, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
He was very flirtatious and inappropriate with me as well, especially during defensive tactics training.
Yeah, these were Davis County Corrections deputies, and they were relentless in harassing females. That's number one. And then there's boner candidate number two, which I really like this candidate. Sorry, you're in Aurora. The son of the mayor of Denver was pulled over for speeding by police in Aurora, which is kind of a bedroom community to Denver. I guess he thought he was in Denver still because he started ranting at the Aurora police officers. I'm the son of the mayor, and you're going to lose your effing job, and you're a this and you're a that.
If I were his dad and I heard about this, I'd be like, I would not be on my son's side of that. I would don't go throwing my name around to get out of stuff.
And as he continued to do that, finally one of the police officers, the female police officer, said, "You're whose son again? The mayor of Denver." "Oh," she said. "Well, you know what? You're in Aurora." And yeah, so that's number 2.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide which of these 2 candidates is the most worthy to be boner of the day. This is Boner Fight. Which one is the worst? Which one deserves to win? 1 or 2. Remember your candidate number. Put it in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. You can call, use your voice to vote, 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight May 9 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. This is Boner of the Day. Let's go.
X96 is Utah's original alternative.
There's a great a little video that I tweeted early this morning at RFH Bill.
Well, let me go look.
It's a little video of some mayor somewhere in Wisconsin, I think.
Yeah.
He's doing his Groundhog's Day thing with
Like
Jimmy
you.
the Groundhog.
Jimmy, that's
Sun
not a
Prairie-
groundhog name. It's not.
Why is Jimmy not a ground? Phil is a groundhog name.
Sure.
Why is Jimmy not a groundhog name? It's fine.
Awfully
If
defensive
Princess,
about Jimmy.
good God, Gina, you derail the story. Jimmy, that's not a groundhog. Why does Carrie Fisher call her dog Gary? It's fine. Anyway, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, Jimmy the Groundhog, and the mayor, Jonathan Freund, is and he's an idiot. And I love the way they wrote this story on what is it, Gawker or Newsfeed? It's called Gawker's Newsfeed. Yeah. Low rent Punxsutawney Phil impersonator Jimmy the Groundhog has the easy task, or the easy annual task of predicting each February whether Sun Prairie, Wisconsin will experience 6 more weeks of winter. This year, the job got to him a little bit as he whispered his prognostication into Mayor Jonathan Freund's ear. The weather will be, got your ear, sucker! I'm biting your damn ear off. How do you like me now?
He gets a hold of it, too.
Yeah, he does.
He gets a good chomp in there.
Yeah. You watch the
He keeps
little
going.
video.
The mayor keeps going, though. He doesn't stop.
Yeah, flinching from the savage attack on his soundy flaps, Freund attempted to translate the bite from groundhog to English. He didn't see his shadow, the shaken mayor stammered, so it will be in early spring. Jimmy's handler is obviously concerned about the integrity of the little biter's predictive record, later clarified that he had actually been attempting to indicate that winter would last another 6 weeks. It is Wisconsin, after all.
So the mayor got it wrong altogether.
Yeah. The mayor's office responded that only the mayor can translate Jimmy's prediction, the Milwaukee Sentinel-Journal reports. But it's a funny video. Watch the little
My
video.
question is, what kind of a mayor name is Jonathan? I mean, really?
It's a fine
That's
mayor
a terrible
name.
mayor
It's
name.
a fine mayor name.
No, that's a terrible name.
Jimmy is not a good name for a groundhog. Jimmy's a nice guy. Groundhogs are mean.
Gino, why don't you just shut up?
A texter points out Jimmy the Groundhog was part of the Gambino family.
Exactly.
That's your confusion. So,
What?
Jimmy
Getting
is a
awfully
perfectly
defensive.
fine name for a groundhog. Who died and made you the namer of all things?
Not the namer of all things.
You sure act like it. No, Val Kilmer is not dead.
Yet.
And what kind of a name is Val for a Kilmer?
Exactly.
The Kilmers never named their children Val. What's wrong with them?
Reward the boner. Got to remind you about Rand Life.
They're home loans.
Yes.
Local mortgage company.
Rand Life has all kinds of things, interesting programs when it comes to mortgages. And buy a house now, man. It's the rates are going up, the prices are going up, so you better jump on it. Rand Life has a special civil service grant as a thank you for making the community a safe place. It's for firefighters, police officers, other first responders, and teachers at kindergarten through 12th grade. It reduces your closing costs when you're purchasing or refinancing your home. So these civil service grants can be used to pay for costs or reduce your already low rate on your mortgage. Apply it to your mortgage, and it'll take your rate down a little bit.
And they'll help you through all of that. It's complicated, and that's why you need the smart people at Rand Life to help you.
They also have no down payment options.
I was just going to say, like you had, Bill, you got a refinance through them, and then they were able to get you a better rate, and they let you know, like, hey, Bill, you should do this again and get a better rate.
So call them. Their number is 801-478-4500. It's randlife.com. Oh, yeah, the winner. I'm so used to... Yeah, the winner of the boner fight. We need to do that.
Brought to you in part by...
Brought to you in part by a great sandwich. Oh, it was good.
And the team that knows a smile on your face means they're doing it right. Performance Toyota Bountiful. Ask about the huge savings happening right now on the 2018 RAV4.
And a small bag of potato chips.
Nice.
So, boner candidate number one, the sexual harassment trio, Davis County Corrections deputies, known as they called them the sexual harassment trio, or creepers, because they were so relentless in their harassment, unwanted touching and notes and emails to female employees. As boner candidate number one. Number two, sorry, you're in Aurora. It's the story of the mayor of Denver, his son, being pulled over by cops in Aurora, Colorado, which is kind of a suburb of Denver. And he just unloaded on the cops, said they were going to get fired because his dad was the mayor. The cops, happy to say, sorry, he can't fire us. You're in Aurora. Let's see. So the winner, well, by one vote, it was very even voting.
One vote, wow.
Yeah. Boner candidate number two, sorry, you're in Aurora.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't pick them, you do. You vote for him, and that is now Boner of the Day for May 8th. It is now a contender for Boner of the Week. That'll happen on Friday at about this time. All right.
Pink tonight in concert.
Yes.
Yeah. Sold out.
It's our friend Janine sent me an email, said, will you please I'm going tonight. Will you please let everybody know the time of the show has changed from 7:30 to 8:30?
What?
So
why? Oh, is it
different on the ticket, or?
I don't know why.
Well, I think Pink. It has something to do with wardrobe. She's waiting for her costumes to get here.
Something.
They're coming late.
Yes,
they may need to clear out some of the people from Hall & Oates last night.
There's still leftover Hall & Oates fans.
There were people of a certain age who had drank more than they had in a long time, and I think they forgot.
Yeah.
They
Forgot how to do it.
forgot how to do it.
There were woo girls there, weren't there?
There were sparkly woo girls.
Sparkly?
Yeah, had the sequined, like,
really?
You know, woman of I can't think of any other way to describe it, but like, you know, mid-40s. They've got dressed up, but they're sensible, dressy shoes.
You think Daryl Hall was kind of attracted to all of that? Was he like? How did Daryl look?
Looked good. Here's the thing, they look phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen pictures, and I've watched some of the Daryl's Garage or whatever it's called.
Daryl's house.
Daryl's house.
Yeah.
And he looks older. I mean,
Yeah.
he still
Yeah,
looks
he
like
is
he's
older.
I know, but I mean, he's
Well, and John's got the little gray wisp like you have in your hair, the little thing up front, like the little patchy thing.
yeah. But I just have a hairdresser do that.
Yeah.
I don't. That's not real.
Put that in.
Yeah.
He's 71? No.
Daryl Hall.
Really?
He sounded great. Patrick, is that the guy from Train?
Yeah.
Did not sound great. It's funny because I went to Huey Lewis. This is where I first started noticing this. When I went to Huey Lewis, Huey can't hit those notes anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
And so
now you know why.
Huey quit.
Oh, he's done?
Oh, yeah.
it's
You didn't hear that?
Well, no, I'm glad I got the opportunity to
He's,
see him then.
he's so deaf that he's not able to hit the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was worried about that a little bit, especially after last night with Train when Patrick was like, yeah, I'm trying. I'm really trying. Now you guys sing it. That's how you know that the people have just given
No,
up.
you do it.
But I had this thought several times last night. You guys are the Daryl Hall, and I am the John Oates of this show.
Okay. That's the way you want it.
No,
That's the way it'll
I
be.
can't go for that,
yeah,
Richie.
no, but really, I thought about that. Here, the saxophonist for their band that's traveling, I have never seen anything like that
Really?
ever. He was so great, and they did a 20-minute I can't go for that jazz like riff, just went forever and ever. But
So are you saying that John Oates does not get the attention he deserves?
No, he just
Is that what you're
he's great. He's spot on everything
What
that
does
he
he
needs
do?
to do. But he just
What
he's
does he
just
do?
Like that. He's just standing. He's just playing his guitar, and he's not the lead guitar.
No. Does he stand in the dark? I hope it's in the dark.
So they zoom in on the lead guitar who's
Yeah.
doing the big, your 80s guitar riffs like every single song in the 80s had.
Because he can do it, and John Oates can't.
Yeah, can't. So this is what.
Yeah. So what is he there for?
He stands and they show him briefly and goes, hoo, 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 hoo,
That's you.
right. That's it. And he's spot on. He is there ready for it.
I've seen Daryl Hall perform by himself, and it sounds like Hall & Oates when he performs by himself.
This one's my favorite,
Well,
Carrie.
and that just once again proves that Richie is in fact the John Oates of
I
this
really
because
yeah.
because Daryl Hall can perform without him.
Yeah. Well, he said it.
This is the one you like?
This is my favorite.
Oh, so good.
I'm trying to find this Daryl Hall song that I love. What was it?
It was so great.
There, see, there's John Oates.
Yeah.
Is that what he does?
Yeah.
He does this.
Yeah, that's him.
That's it, huh?
We're so not on format.
No,
Well,
but
Spending
everybody.
10 minutes on Hall.
You've said this before too, so I'll echo this statement. Go to people that are performing while you still have the chance to go, right?
Absolutely.
Like I was on the younger end of people being at Hall & Oates last night, but it was fun to just go see all of these songs that I know on stage. And I won't have the opportunity again. Same
And
with
you
Huey
had a
Lewis,
good
like you
time.
pointed, yeah.
You had a good
All
time.
It's playing the hits.
Go to the show.
All right.
Go to the show.
All right, we'll finish up in just a few moments. First, got to tell you about Diamonds Direct and what a great idea for Mother's Day.
Well, take your wife there.
Yeah.
Because she is the mother of your children. Diamonds Direct is, and they're having, let me get this, they're having a sale. I think it's, no financing, 3 years, no financing, zero interest financing, I should say, at Diamonds Direct. And they have beautiful jewelry in a beautiful showroom.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we say take your wife or take your mother there to pick out their Mother's Day gift, because part of the experience is just being there in their beautiful showroom, talking to the people that work there who know diamonds so well.
So whatever you pick at Diamonds Direct, just take the price, divide it by 36, and that's your payment. That's 36 months, and it's 0 interest. And they have all kinds of new stuff in there for Mother's Day, and they have gifts starting at just $200, gifts that will last a lifetime, something that your mother, your wife will always have to remember you by. So go to Diamonds Direct. Happy Mother's Day. They're on 6400 South, right across the street from the Fashion Place Mall.
Oh, we could send you to a couple of bands in concert. Hell, we could even send you to a festival to see a bunch of bands.
But
Greetings, children. This is your old friend, the Grave Digger. Today I have a frightening little yarn that has all the ingredients needed to make you shudder. Sex, violence, lawyers, and 3 exploding human heads. This tale is called There She Blows, and we'll take you now to the law offices of Parker, Jameson, and Osborne, attorneys at law.
Mr. Parker?
Mr. Osborne.
Parker, your fly is undone.
Oh? Oh, so it is. I was just having sex with my secretary.
But Mr. Parker, that is so wrong. You're a married man.
I'm aware of that, Osborne, and I don't care. As a matter of fact, I'm going back in for seconds.
Parker, your head is getting bigger. Oh my God! Look at all the blood!
What's all the racket in here?
Parker's head just exploded.
Good Lord, what a mess. Hey, what's Parker clutching in his still twitching hand?
That's the Bonneville specific file. He's been working overtime to make the board of directors look better in court. I believe he just finished it. Jameson, what are you doing?
Erasing Parker's name and putting mine on it. I'll take all the credit now that he's dead.
Now Jameson's head has exploded too. I'd better call for help. But first, I'm going to go through their wallets and steal all the money. They're not going to need it, and no one will ever know.
Those 3 really know how to get ahead, eh? Their law firm tried to expand too rapidly and suddenly went bust. Well, in case you hadn't figured out the moral of the story, it's if you're a lawyer and you do something bad, your head will explode. This is the old Gravedigger inviting you to join me next time when our story will be called Chop Chop, Who's There? On Tales from the Grave.
Radio from Hell on X96.
All right. I'm considering changing my sign-off.
What?
What?
Don't you know who I am?
I love Don't You Know Who I Am. That's so Bill Allred.
I know. But to go along with the tattoo that I got yesterday.
What? Just now you're telling us about the tattoo?
You didn't tell us about
Yeah,
this.
I got a tattoo, and so I'm thinking I'll change my sign off to go along with that tattoo. I've had on my left hip, essentially, the words "Be Best" tattooed.
Oh.
And I think maybe I'm going to change that to my sign off. Be best.
I think you
think
should
it'd work?
I think you should add a letter B or a letter E to that B. And make it B.
B. Oh,
you're a B guy.
Because you like B.
Well, maybe I'll have that, and maybe I'll add a B on my.
An E.
It's I'm being delicate by saying it's my left hip. It's something only my wife and the guys at the gym will see.
Is your wife excited about this new edition?
No.
How many tattoos do you have?
I didn't get a new tattoo.
I know you didn't.
I have. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3.
That's it?
One on your back.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4.
Four
Are you
tattoos.
done, you think?
You know, I'd like to get more, but I never. I would like to almost have a whole sleeve on my left arm of stuff that my wife was going to design it for me, and because I really like the what is the state flower of Hawaii?
Of Hawaii?
Yeah, it's the I love that flower. It's the
lei flower. The
No, it's not the ones on leis. It's a
No?
it's a beautiful flower. I'd like to have that and some hummingbird and
a hibiscus.
Hibiscus, thank you.
Hibiscus. Huh?
Yeah, the hibiscus, which you can grow here.
See, and I want to get one more tattoo. It's just it's the 3 weeks afterward.
The aftercare.
It's the aftercare. It hurts, but that's temporary.
Yeah.
But it's the aftercare that
have to
is
take
the
care of it,
it's the
yeah.
pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
know
scabs and
I know you saw the video of the Avengers tattoos.
Yeah, the several members of the cast got Avengers tattoos.
did they get the logo like I have?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Send it to me because I have the Avengers logo on this.
No, it's
arm right
so it was Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett, Chris Hemsworth,
and it was
Chris Evans.
It was that Arrow guy.
Yeah.
Here, Sean again.
Jeremy Renner.
X96.com/live. You can see my.
Yeah. They got.
That's it.
Is that it?
Is that what they got?
It's similar to that.
It's smaller. It's not the lines aren't as bold.
Yeah, send
but
that
then
to
it
me.
looks like the tattoo artist then let Robert Downey Jr. I need to look this up, but it looked like he was letting him tattoo his autograph on the tattoo artist. Like the tattoo artist hands him the tattoo gun.
Oh, and does his autograph?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. Here, Carrie, this is
crazy.
it. It's a little different than yours.
Oh, it's kind of a.
It's a stylized.
Yeah, it's like some weird stylized version of
Well,
the Avengers
why didn't the
logo.
rest of them do it, huh?
Well,
How
they
come it
all
was just
got-
them?
I don't know. Here, Carrie, I'll send you.
Where's
this.
Ant-Man? Ant-Man needs a tattoo.
Ant-Man wasn't in the movie.
Well, he's an Avenger.
He is an Avenger.
And I bet he'll be in the next one. What did
No,
they
wait,
say?
he's not an Avenger.
Oh, he's not?
No,
Oh,
he's
I
Team Cap.
Because
Remember?
they mention him in the...
Because in Civil War, he sides with Cap,
Yeah.
and they are not Avengers. They are wanted by the government. So he's not an Avenger.
Well, aren't they sort of now all Avengers again?
No.
Because there's still tension there?
Because, spoilers, you notice that Cap and Tony do not meet in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
They're still not on speaking terms.
Well, but they do mention Ant-Man. They said he was at the grocery or something. And what they say, he was at the grocery
He was
store.
not mentioned, no.
In the movie? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, they mentioned Ant-Man.
Did they?
Yeah, they said
Just in passing.
Something. What about Ant-Man? Where's Ant-Man?
No. Somebody says there's an Ant-Man now, and then they go, yeah, it's.
Yeah, he's at the grocery store.
Yeah.
That's what they said. He's at the grocery store.
Well, thanks for that story.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep my.
But yeah,
my
I mean,
same
I would
sign off.
I see. I know exactly what I want to get. I want to get the Star Trek Delta shield.
Well, that's a good compliment. Yeah.
On this side,
And then
then I'd be done.
And then right in the middle of your chest, get the Captain America logo.
I'll be honest with you. the day that they find black light ink that is safe, reasonably safe,
you would?
I would get
Really?
right here in the middle of my chest the Iron Man
would you really?
arc, so that it looks
like the real.
So it looks like I have that.
And
You
it would
could
glow.
do it 3D.
Well,
you
could
could
yeah.
do it in a 3D shading.
And you can do it now with a black light ink
Right.
that is not visible unless
Is
you
it
go on a
not-
black
it's
light.
not-
But I've had 2 tattoo artists who say it's really just not safe yet.
Sergio says it's not good to use that
Yeah,
stuff.
it's not good yet. So I would do that once they get a safe version of that ink. But yeah.
I wonder what if I would. I think, and then if black light ink works, I'd get something tattooed on my eyeball, so that you'd only
Don't
see it.
do that.
So you'd only
Please
see it
don't
at
do
night.
that. No, don't.
Oh, apparently the logo that they got is the Avengers logo that incorporates the number 6. They were the original Avengers, the original 6. That's why Mark Ruffalo. He was part of the original 6. Mark Ruffalo didn't get it, so the artist let each person do it.
You know why
as
Mark
well.
Ruffalo didn't get it? He was at the grocery with Ant-Man. They were picking up some stuff for sandwiches for the rest of the guys.
I'll read that.
Yeah.
Article and let you know. All right, let's do the promo and get out of here.
On Thursday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45, it's Geek News on the radio. Will Avengers Infinity War become the highest-grossing film ever? Yes. We may talk about it.
Then at 7 a.m., it's Beat Gina. It's serial killer trivia.
You're in trouble.
Now, we've done this subject before, and Gina murdered her competition. Call in to compete for Real Salt Lake tickets.
And Sean Means reviews movies at 7:45.
That's all on... Oh, that's you, isn't it? Go.
That's all on Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to edit that?
No, leave it. It's
fine.
fine. Leave
It's
it.
a tough edit.
It's
Leave
fine.
it. It's fine.
Because he jumped in right when...
It's fine.
It's fine.
Right when I finished my 7:45.
It's fine. Just leave it.
You can cut off, and Sean Means reviews movies, and we don't need to say what time it is.
No, just leave it.
All right. Okay.
That's fine.
That's what we strive for. Fine. So what level of entertainment do you guys strive for? Well, we'd like it to be fine. So it's just fine,
How's that Radio from Hell show?
Now just tell all your cuck friends it's really fine. Tell your they do fine. Is it a good show? Well, they do fine.
Well, you're a cuck. You'll like them.
You'll fine. You're fine.
Good enough. Shove it on the air.
That's it.
Yep.
Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
You got to work hard for the boner.
All right. I believe John Smith is next.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.